expansion,
Warm up the chest first.
Yeah, my brother. Actually, I'll try and do both things at once.
So,
Ladies
yeah.
and gentlemen, we're live. This is the Shisha podcast tonight with none other than Mr. Shisha himself, man, the Don from Past the Shisha, Michael and Kababian in the building. I said that right?
Yeah, you
I
did.
told you, man. Big round of applause for my man. Welcome, man. Welcome to the building. Great to have you, man.
Thank you for
Finally.
having me.
Yeah, no, thank you, my brother. It's really good to see you. We've been trying to do this for a little while.
We have been.
We had a couple of opportunities along the way that for all different reasons of life that didn't happen. But here we are,
Yeah.
man. Thank you very much for joining us, man.
No, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
In normal times, I get to see you either every
Every
weekend or almost every weekend because for those that don't know, Michael runs a very successful shisha business in Sydney, supplying shisha, the service of shisha, staff and everything to lots of venues around Sydney. And thankfully, I've been fortunate as a promoter, as an events organizer, to have Michael on working with me, with us, with my team, with Paulie, DK, and everybody over the years. It's been a couple of years, right?
Yeah, we've done 2 New Years with you.
Wow. Okay,
We
cool.
have.
So that's a good way to kind of keep track of things because we do get lost, right? Like,
Correct.
oh yeah, it's been a couple of years and it's 6. You know what I mean? No. I'm not
it's
saying in
2.5
this case,
it's
but
more than 2.5.
yeah, no, definitely. Wow, and thank you, man, because it's been awesome ride, an awesome ride. It's always been
100%.
cool. There's always little issues when we run events, you know, because a lot of drunk people and
course.
whatever in venues and this and that. But it's been cool, man, and
No.
I love having you around, and I love having you in the studio, man.
No,
With a bit
it's
of
a pleasure.
shisha.
Thank you.
So I'm gonna try. What are we smoking tonight, man?
Adalia Love 66. Adalia is a Turkish brand.
Tell me about it, man, and please tell me about this beautiful piece that we have on the desk tonight, all
yes.
adorned with all these shishas in here tonight.
Yes.
You know, it's a special
see them all.
occasion. The first shisha podcast. I hope we get to do a few of these, man.
Yeah,
Because
for sure.
I like you, my friend.
I got to get you on mine as well,
Man,
man.
it's gonna happen. You tell me, and I'm there, man. 100%.
down.
Wallah.
But we don't got a production like this. This is very impressive.
Well,
Touch wood.
we try
Well.
our best, man. But I've seen the show. The show looks really good. You showed it to me a long time ago, man, and I remember giving you props for it, man. So ultimately, whatever it looks like.
Behind the scenes.
Yeah, bro, the content, the feel, and obviously the friendship and the people make the place, as they say.
right.
So please, brother, whenever you're ready. But I thought as I try a little bit of this flavor that we have, maybe you can talk about the flavor and the shisha that we've got here.
for
Please,
sure.
hermano. Thank you.
For sure. What you're smoking out of right now, it's a Russian pipe. It's called Alpha. It's Model X. Beautiful piece. Comes complete except for base, but most Russian bases do fit it, as you can tell. We're smoking out of a Hooker John bowl. We've got Adalia Love 66 in the bowl. It's the red leaf because they've got 2 variants. So depending on where the production is, whether it's in Turkey, whether it's in Spain, where they make it, they've got 2 different variants. So this is the red leaf variant. So we're smoking out of complete setup. It's completely modular. You've got a diffuser on it. That's why you're not getting as much bubbles and it doesn't bubble up as much, and it's not that loud. Great piece. It's
Very smooth, amigo.
very smooth, correct. When you smoke out of something like this, which is more traditional, you get that loud bubbling
Yeah.
and everything else like that. But when you smoke out of something like this, that's more modern with the wider open drawer with that diffuser on the bottom. So if you notice from where you're sitting, you can see all those drilled holes. It's all slotted. It diffuses all the bubbles, so you're not getting those big rumbling bubbles. You get those nice little gentle ones. But yeah, for people watching and they
Yes.
see this coal setup, they're going to be very disappointed. I only put one coal, broke it in half intentionally so that we don't burn it. We can last a bit longer. We will have to get up. Maybe we'll send Polly probably to get a coal for us from there. But for now, this should suffice. We'll get a bit more clouds coming through.
That's good, man. We'll give Paulie something to do because.
Him sitting there.
So we're smoking from. Yeah, thanks. My first bad joke of the night. So we're smoking from Russian shisha tonight. If I keep smoking, I'm gonna start talking more and more like this.
Correct.
Yes.
You can get the more authentic feel if we add vodka to the water.
Oh,
That actually hits your
you
head.
should have said that before we set up. We actually
No,
have
no.
to have. We happen to have a very good bottle of vodka just outside in the waiting room, but we won't go there, brother, because.
We'll keep it in the waiting room. I'll tell you a story.
Yeah, please, well, I'll tell you real quick one first.
Yeah.
We try to limit the alcohol after the mariachi podcast with Victor Valdez. A lot of tequila was consumed, And without me knowing, I looked like a fucking idiot.
Oh, okay. Alcohol does that. It's alcohol. We blame it on
Yeah,
the
talking
alcohol.
a lot of
There's
shit.
there's a whole 15-minute video about him just drinking.
Yeah, well, that's
Thanks,
what you
Paulie.
want. That's
That's-
enjoying life.
Yeah, he's got my back. But please, your story is more important than mine.
No,
man.
I'll
Por
tell you,
favor.
it was pre-drinks for I think it was my 19th birthday. We're looking at 4 years ago now, and a mate, I'm not going to disclose names, but our mate goes, "I'm making it with vodka today." No worries.
Uh-huh.
We put vodka in the base and we made a very heavy head.
Yeah.
For people that do know and smoke often, double apple is a flavor that hits the head.
Uh-huh.
It's a very strong,
Very
gives you that
buzzy.
head. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know what it is, but I think it's probably the aniseed and everything else. But that's what it does. So then you mix that with a bit of alcohol, and when you inhale, it's all going straight into the lungs. So it's
Yep.
pushing those vapors that you're taking in of vodka straight
Yeah.
through the bloodstream. You know what I
Uh-huh.
mean? So it hits you quicker.
Wow.
So pre-drinks, he goes, "We're fine."
Yeah.
Bus comes, picks us up. We're on the bus. We're
Party
all the
bus?
way down. Yeah, party
Yeah.
bus. On the bus, this guy's going through a wide range of emotions. He's a bad drunk.
Wow.
Bad drunk, but doesn't matter. We had tears, we had laughs, we
Drinking
had
as well,
anger.
or just the shit? Just the alcohol in the shisha?
Well, to be honest, it's the first time and probably the last time that I'll ever see him drink.
Oh, wow.
I'd choose that option. I wouldn't want to sit down with the gentleman
Uh-huh.
anymore.
Sure.
Anyway, and so we're going to Ivy.
Uh-huh.
Ivy was the thing.
Yep.
It was when you're 18, 19.
Of course.
That's where you're
Yeah,
buzzing
yeah.
to go.
Yeah.
We get to Ivy, we pull up. So we're on George Street. There's a convenience store. Everyone walks off the bus one by one, no problems. Our mate,
Yeah.
wobbling everywhere,
Yeah.
holding onto the chairs as he walks down. There's steps.
Yeah.
This guy, when I was like, "Let me help you down,
Yeah.
otherwise it's not going to end well for you." He goes,
Yeah.
No, I got this." First step, completely misses the next two, eats the concrete. Bang.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
early night or?
No, not
kept
for him.
going.
No, the best part is he got up, he did this,
Yeah.
bump on his head, and he
Yeah.
goes, "I want some chips." That's what he wanted. He
Don't we
didn't
all?
care. So he ate his chips and we got into the club.
So no alcohol with the shisha then?
No, if you're sitting at home, you want to enjoy it, you want to buzz
Sure.
out, and you just want to
Uh-huh.
kill every vibe you've got around you. Yeah,
Well,
for sure.
Me being not the biggest smoker in the world, I always get a buzz from shisha. This is quite mellow, man, which is probably good for the purpose of trying to
doing.
run a podcast. Yeah, but yeah, tobacco definitely has that little bit of buzz in it, and I have noticed over the years. Mostly, I've smoked with you guys in the venues here and there. And yeah, I do notice that some of the flavors have a different kick to others, you know.
Oh, for sure.
But you can tell from the opening couple of minutes that we're talking to a shisha Uber expert. Knows, I'm sure, everything there is to know about shisha and shisha products.
Look,
Don't be humble.
with everything in the world, no, let's be honest, with everything in the
Yeah,
world, it doesn't matter how much you know, there's still more to learn.
I'm sure
Right?
there is, man. Of course, life is school, the school of life.
Correct.
No, but definitely a pro, and you've never let me down. We've had even like private parties at home and stuff. We've come through and set up for us and everything, which was always good and amazing. And from the start, you know, past the shisha, we're gonna have all the links up on the with the podcast. So if anyone wants to hit you up and you know, and get some, they know where to get some, man. Because yeah, man, you guys got it all. And if you see the past the shisha mobile outside, you open up the boot and there's, you know, a million shishas in there and accessories and this and that.
We're ready to go.
Yeah, ready to go. And I always remember, speaking of shisha, one of the first few times when we started talking about shisha and stuff, I remember you telling me that there's a friend of yours that's got a shisha in the car or something.
Yeah,
It's built into his car.
Yeah. He's got a Nissan Navara. I think he sold it off now.
Uh-huh.
He's settled for a boat. He's more on the ocean than he is now in his car. But
What's his name?
his name? Why does it gap me right now? It gapped me so hard right now.
Blame it on the smoke, mate.
We're not going to blame it on anything.
All right.
No, I know everything
It'll
about the
come
guy
to you.
except for his name. Yeah, we'll be halfway
It'll come.
through. and I'll be
Yeah,
like,
that's how it
his
is,
name.
man. Don't worry, we'll come back to him.
Yeah.
So he's got one built into his car.
No. So what he's done is he's drilled 2 holes into his glove box.
Sure.
And he's built some sort of bracket so his shisha sits in it,
Uh-huh.
nice and tight. And then he's
Sure.
got a rope through that drilled bit.
Yeah.
And then he's got a cage for his coals not to fly out when he's driving.
Wow.
Yeah, he does it when he's driving. He does it when he's on work breaks and everything like that. So
Wow.
I smoked with him while he was on break for work.
Amazing.
Yeah.
He's committed.
Wow, very much so. But
Committed to
now-
the cause.
Now, though, there's a product on the market. It's called it's an Aeon Viro, literally the size of this mug.
Sure.
You can just sit in your cup holder.
Really?
That convenient. So you don't have to go through
With a little
fabricating
hose?
everything else. Yeah, no, it comes with the proper size hose. So
Really?
you can share it with everyone in the car. It's not
Wow.
an issue. But you take it from me, shisha in the car shouldn't be.
Doesn't
It's
go
not-
well, right?
No, of course not.
No.
You've got live coals, you've got
Yeah,
a
yeah,
million
yeah,
different
yeah.
variables, water, spillage, whatever.
But I'm sure for him, it's something to talk about and have a laugh about, and obviously have his shisha in his car, which I'm sure he appreciates, which is cool, man. I love crazy people like that, good crazy people, as we've said on the show before. Michael, tell us a little bit
want me to
about
smoke?
yourself. Yeah, thank you, man, hermano. Tell us a little bit about yourself, and, background and stuff like that, and then we can, talk about maybe some of the shisha background, whatever it is that we know about it, all of that.
So you want personal background
Yes,
first?
brother. Where you from? Because you're Armo, right? Armenian.
So I've got, so if we go for a full breakdown, we'll
Sure.
start from origins, right?
Please.
Father's side, origins, Armenian. So my grandfather was Armenian. Obviously, as most Armenians do, they've migrated, they've left their country. He settled in Lebanon. And so he was in Lebanon for a bit, and then he moved to Jordan. So he went to Jordan for work.
Sure.
All right, and that's where he met my grandmother. And so he obviously had my father and all his siblings, my uncles, my aunties, and everything else like that. But he passed away very young. So when my dad, I think, was 8 or 9, my grandfather passed away. So I never had the opportunity to meet him. I, to be honest, only have learnt about the proper heritage of my family as of recently.
Really?
Yeah, only because I started to get, very investigative. I wanted to know
we do.
all those things.
When we reach a certain age, we become a little bit more engaged with.
Yeah, I just really wanted to know
Yeah.
where the roots come from. And
Yeah.
so it was like that. And
But you speak Arabic
I
fluently.
speak Arabic, but I don't speak a word of Armenian, whereas my cousins overseas do. So it was all upbringing. My uncles have married Armenian women.
Sure.
I think that plays a part as well.
Sure.
Whereas my father married my mother from Syria.
Yeah.
and
Okay.
so
Cool.
my
I get it.
My mum's roots are Syria, like
Sure.
straight from Damascus. You know what I mean? That's
Sure,
the
the
OG
capital.
roots.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she's, as they'd say in Arabic, Shamiya. You know what I mean? Min al-Sham.
The
So
real deal.
yeah, it's an OG. That's an OG there.
So obviously that's where you get your Arabic from.
No, so let's go from in childhood. Yeah, okay. At home
Yeah.
we did speak Arabic. My
Yeah.
old man grew up in Jordan.
He
Jordan
speaks Arabic too,
National
yeah,
Arabic,
that's right. Yeah.
He didn't go through too much schooling. He didn't make it through.
Roughed
You know
it,
what I mean?
yeah.
Obviously,
Different generation, yeah.
not only that, obviously with his father passing away,
Exactly.
they didn't have much financial stability. So my
Yeah.
dad was working from a young age. And you know what? Blessing and a curse. Obviously, he lost his father. Curse. Blessing is he learnt the hard
Sure.
work and he passed it on to me. I've
Yeah,
been working
man.
with my dad since I was 8. You know what I mean? So he's passed down those qualities in life, and I appreciate it from him. Obviously, entrepreneurship and whatever else
Yeah,
came from
man.
him. My old man's very, very hands-on. He
Yeah.
works on his own, and he's passed that down to me. So I went to school in Greenacre, and it was
In the area.
Yeah,
Wow.
right. And that school taught Arabic.
Okay.
And that's where I learned to read and write and speak.
Properly. Okay.
Correct.
Fair
So
enough.
obviously I was speaking when I was this big.
Yeah.
But I wasn't reading or writing or anything along those
Reading
lines.
or writing Arabic is next level, hermano.
I can do it. I'd say if I was to put where my basis is, I'd say I'm at like still a primary school, but high-end primary school
Sure.
level. But
Yeah.
I mean, better than nothing, especially growing
course.
up in a country where none of it's spoken unless you're
Yeah.
in your community.
Yeah. I know, like most of us in Sydney, we know, a few Arabic boys, Lebanese, this, that, and most of the boys don't read or write Arabic. They can speak it,
Of course.
understand it, but reading and writing is another level, obviously, being what it is, completely different alphabet to English and Western,
yeah.
But that's a skill to have, that's great, man.
It's good. I'm considering using it as an asset when so hopefully I can graduate.
Yes,
And,
and I want to talk about that too, because you're a lawyer.
Well, soon to be.
Yes.
Like we were discussing earlier.
Yeah.
So after you graduate law school, you still got to go through 6 months worth of further training through. It doesn't matter who it's through.
Sure.
I'm going to opt for the College of Law, but you can go through UTS and a few other
Sure.
channels. But 6 months of PLT, practical legal training.
Uh-huh.
And so there
On
is
the job,
classroom
yeah.
time. No, there's classroom time where
Okay.
they teach you all these things. And then the other element of it is, I'm pretty sure it's like 70 or so hours of working in an office and getting work done and getting your hands on for it. I've been blessed enough to have worked in positions in law firms, and so when I go to do my PLTs, it's just going to come naturally to me.
And Manu, knowing you, I think you're going to kill it, man. And it's, I mean, needless to say, it's an incredible profession to have under your belt. Law. Which law are you thinking of going into?
That's the thing. If I decide to go and follow the law, the law route, I'd go for family law.
Wow.
So I'll explain to you why.
Sure.
For 6 months, I worked at a local firm. So we weren't dealing with people with big money. We were dealing with everyday regulars that, walk in off the street and say, hey, I've got family problems. You know what I mean? And it was always women. So the area I was in was Middle Eastern demographic, right?
Yeah.
So it was always these women that came. And in the Middle Eastern culture, it's obviously the man always provides, the man this, the man that. And woman sits at home, right? And so she's not now accustomed to Australian culture because she's come from overseas and thrown in the door, locked in there. Go get your groceries, go pick up the kids, look after the kids, you're done.
Old school.
Yeah, and so these women were coming and they were so unempowered, I'd say. Right?
Desperate.
Yeah, well, desperate for sure, but no power. They don't know where their rights are and all these things. And so most memorable client, she was of that nature. And it felt very good to help her through the times that she was going through, and it worked out well for her as well. I could speak Arabic, and we could, share correspondence in a language that she's more comfortable with.
Man, awesome.
And it felt really good to be able to get her results.
Yeah.
Whereas if she was just dealing with the solicitor that was there, and I'm not naming anything.
No.
But if she was dealing with the solicitor that was there, no Arabic, no understanding of where she's come from, what struggles she's been through and everything like that. And so when I was working in family law, and that one case there in particular was what really made me want to pursue it, because if I can help these women or even men, you never know. It depends on their situation. It doesn't matter who it is, as long as I can help them.
Sure.
So everyone chases that law career for the money. And thank God, I've always been well off. I've never had to struggle or whatever. I've got business and, very
You've earned it,
entrepreneurial.
man.
Yeah, that's right.
You've earned it.
And so the business has always kept me afloat. And so it's never been about the money for me. Even when I did those 6 months, I'll be honest with you, I worked for free.
Yeah.
I did. I worked for free and it was exposure for me.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's always important in life to try and seek ways of making a living that also fulfill you beyond the financial.
Yeah, correct.
I know you as a very passionate man, and even though our business and our relationship has always been based around, the shishas at the club and whatever, I can tell that, your passion drives you, and whatever you do it well. So I'm sure you're going to do very well at that, my brother. But accounting as well, did you say?
Yeah, so it's a Bachelor of Law and Commerce majoring in accounting. So same concept, I'm pretty sure. I haven't looked into the accounting side of things because, to be honest, fun fact, ACU, you're going to probably have to throw my degree out. Half my assignments was a bit of collusion and plagiarism.
Really?
Self-incrimination.
Don't say that too loud.
Yeah, self-incrimination. I don't got no proof. What do they know?
Yeah, just what you said.
I also shot John F. Kennedy.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he brought down the towers.
Yeah, that was me as well. So
you don't want to be Arab or any sort of inkling of Arabic and say that, bro.
And you're involved with voting fraud.
Yeah, correct.
You brought Biden in.
Yeah, that was me. That was all me. I wanted Biden in there.
Well done, brother.
Trump was a waste of space for my agenda, personal agenda.
My man.
But Biden hopefully
Pass the shisha worldwide. Evil empire. Fuck, this man's got pull.
So yeah.
Must be a Mason or something. Nah, but bro, I mean, those are very big weapons in the arsenal, man. Accounting and law. Definitely a lot of work in both those fields permanently and for a very long time. So full power to you, my brother. And as needless to say, whatever I can assist with along the way, right, I've got your back. And I'm sure that's going to do very well. But having said all of that, you have been doing quite well with Shisha, man, with providing Shisha to all these venues and events and stuff, and even running your own events. We've got a few photos to show later on, but let's talk a little bit about Shisha. I know you might have mentioned to me that the history of it might not be your strength per se, but very much something that comes out of the Middle East,
No.
needless to say.
No.
Where's it come from?
Shisha's origin is India. Hookah.
Wow.
Hookah.
Boom.
Yeah, that's the origins. It started in. There's a lot of debate, but the oldest find in. So if we're going to go with the equivalent of hieroglyphics and whatever else, and
Yes.
the artworks in the
Yes.
ancient times,
Yeah.
it's there. It's in one of their drawings.
Very interesting, brother.
Yeah, it is.
I had no idea about that.
And then so. If you were going to go on a logical thought process now,
Sure.
North India always was at war with anybody really. That
That's
was
right.
their part. And so if you're going to say that the Persians would have come to North India and see it, and that's probably where it made its way into the Middle East.
I get you.
And then it thrived in culture in Egypt. So in the 1800s they were going at it and whatever else, and obviously well before. But when we talk mainstream now, you've got two brands mainstream, and they're both from the 1800s. So this one here is from a company probably late 1800s, early 1900s.
Sure. They're still producing.
Correct. That's the current model.
Where's that one from, brother?
That's Egypt.
That's an Egyptian one.
That's an Egyptian
okay,
one. So
awesome.
that's an authentic Egyptian one there. And then
Beautiful.
When you go into the modern, you've got this from Russia and you've got this from Germany, and America's got their competing market, Spain's got their competing market,
Sure.
Brazil's got their competing market. So everyone's out there, everyone's doing something, you know what I mean?
Well, there's one thing that I noticed over the years, traveling overseas kind of from year to year and spending summers in Europe and stuff, is I've watched with my own eyes Shisha becoming more and more popular.
Mainstream.
Yeah.
Correct.
Even becoming, part of the VIP experience in venues, in beach bars, in beach clubs, pool clubs, and nightclubs, and even some festivals. So bottle service, fruit platters, and shisha.
Correct.
And more outside of the Middle Eastern Arabic world.
Culture, yeah. Right.
And when we fast forward to Sydney, and even a lot of the work that we've done, Watershed, Shelbourne, Hard Rock Cafe, and other venues, you wouldn't say that our clientele is Arabic by nature. It's a mix of everything, but if anything, the large majority of our customers are not Middle Eastern or Arabic. And they're flocking to the shisha. They love it, man. Yeah, it's a fun thing to do. Big picture opportunity thing too, right? You watch all these people come into the club, get the shisha, sit down. As soon as they sit down, phones out, selfie, look at me, I'm having a good time. Ooh, and they blow smoke into the phone, into the camera and stuff, and it's like a video clip, right?
Yeah, there's a current meme going around that goes, everyone blowing smoke in their iPhone screens for Snapchat, so it's giving Siri cancer. So, it is. It's a thing. A lot of people do use it. It's a clout thing for a lot of people.
Yeah. It is what it is.
We're way beyond that. I mean, when you've been smoking for so long, you see that and you cringe at people. You go, really,
Well, you can cringe, bro, but ultimately there's nothing wrong with it, man. There's much worse things that people could be, into or doing or whatever. I mean, it's just a bit of fun, and they're just doing it to show off a little bit. And ultimately, social media is 99.9%. Look at me, I'm having a great time, right? Yeah. Unfortunately, because I wish it was a bit more about other things, but that's the world we live in, man. And ultimately, we're there to provide a service. You're there to provide a service. And you guys are doing it amazingly well. So the first bombshell, and this is what I love about this show, man. India, the origin of shisha. So that stumped me, man. That was
it roots in India. Hookah roots from India.
I did see it a lot in Egypt when I was in Egypt last year.
Very cultural in Egypt. They gave it the term shisha, and it comes from the word hashish.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so flavored tobacco is a very, very recent development if you're going to look on the large scheme of things. It was always different things that they were putting in there to smoke. Yeah, you do this while I talk at you.
Oh, good, hermano. Gracias.
So the origin really is they were smoking dried tobacco. So a shisha smoker would not know what flavor. So an old school shisha smoker
no flavor
would be getting no flavor. They'd get a bowl of water, dried tobacco, throw it in that bowl, wring it out, and then roll up like a mountain kind of thing.
Yeah.
No foil like you see here.
And
a charcoal straight on top. And it would be the equivalent of smoking a cigar out of a shisha. But OG was shisha, hashish, and that's what they were smoking.
Speaking of origins of words, and particularly hashish, the name
assassin,
comes from assassin. Yeah, the famous. They were Persian, right? In the Persian region, at least, in the mountains. and they were famous assassins. So lots of
Hashashins.
lots of kingdoms and lords and kings and whatever would hire their services to go in and kill people, almost ninja-like, let's say, quietly. And when you wanted someone taken out the right way,
That's what you
they would sneak in and do it all, almost look like it never happened. And their preferred method of payment was in hashish.
Oh, there you go.
So the name morphed from the hashashin because they loved hashish, or sorry, I shouldn't say they loved hashish, but their preferred method of payment was hashish, which then develops the word assassin from hashashin.
Correct.
Super interesting.
So hashish is the equivalent of Bitcoin currently.
Yeah, that's right. Hashish is the
Nice
big
low-key
Bitcoin of centuries
low-key
before.
payments.
Yeah, exactly.
Very interesting.
No, but I'm not allowed to say but. Hashish, big part of the Moorish North African world and culture, all the way out to Morocco, through Morocco into Spain as well. And I know also in the Middle East itself, I've driven through fields of hashish in Lebanon, heading out towards Baalbek. Shout out to the brothers down there that made it happen for us. It's always testing times in the Middle East, and even though it was super cool and everything, and I'm sure most people will agree, but in reality, it was Hezbollah controlled the territory, Baalbek. So we just had to be a little bit cautious, as you have to be, but incredible, amazing time, and kilometers of hash fields, man.
Correct.
It was strange to see.
Yeah, no,
I loved it.
If you go off for what Western society has taught us, Hezbollah, yeah, they're a bad organization, blah blah blah. But truthfully, for stability in that region, they're an asset.
My friend, I never fall for the let's say
Western
the
society.
Western mainstream corporate controlled media stereotypes and black and white type thing, good versus bad. There's one man's a terrorist. For lack of a better word, because I'm not even saying that they are terrorists, but one man's terrorist is another man's freedom fighter. Or revolutionary for that matter. And I know that all of these organizations at some level have benevolence in them. And I know from speaking to friends of mine from the region who are much smarter and more educated on these subjects than I am, they will tell you the same thing, that Hezbollah definitely has a positive structure and they deliver services and they look after their people. At no time did I feel under threat or anything like that. But I just thought it was interesting to mention that, because we were.
Especially the Middle East is it's a battle zone.
Indeed, yeah. You got all these lines drawn.
If you look at it right now, you've got Turkey taking on the Assyrians,
That's right.
And then you've got Azerbaijan taking on Artsakh, and then you've got Turkey still in Syria, and they've got a ceasefire happening, but they're not moving out, and they're keeping all their militant equipment there.
Indeed.
So the whole region there is just a ticking time bomb.
Yeah, that's the curse of having the blessing of the resources.
Correct.
We always joke around with some Uruguayan friends. Uruguay is a very small country, 3-point-something million people, no major resources to speak of, no war.
No,
practically never.
That's true.
They leave us alone because we don't have those resources for the powerful to make plays at.
Correct.
You get what I'm saying?
Correct.
Yeah. But nevertheless, beautiful region to visit. I've mentioned on the show already many times, Egypt. Absolutely fucking blew me away, left me breathless. Am I allowed to mention that one is staying in La Finca?
It's yours, my friend.
Thank you very much, my brother. We love presents at that expansion, don't we all? But it means a lot because then now that has a story to tell amongst other little bits and pieces we have here in the studio. I've actually, I'll tell you a funny one real quickly that I haven't mentioned so far just because it hasn't come up, but since I'm buzzing off the tobacco.
Mate.
This stone here, no, not the mate. Yeah, the mate.
I thought we were going to talk about mate, but okay.
No, we can talk about mate all day. But this stone actually comes from Pablo Escobar's tomb.
No way.
Yeah, this is from Pablo's tomb in Medellin. I was one of the Probably.
It's just the sand and sun, no? But it's just where it comes from.
Yeah, so it's absolutely regular stone. There's nothing special about the stone itself, but it's where it comes from.
Oh, for sure.
And we were there some years ago. A friend of mine was gracious enough to take us on what we call the Pablo tour, and actually we were fortunate to see the Monaco building, which has been torn down now in Medellin. Funny story about that place. So Pablo built this, I think it was 8 stories, 8-story building, beautiful building construction, very central in Medellin, in the outskirts of the nicer areas of Medellin. And he used to live there with his family whilst he was in Medellin. As the tour guide explained to us, the first couple of levels were more basic looking, and that's where all the help and the staff and everything lived. And then the next 2 levels were like soldiers and some of his sicarios. And then the next 2 levels, and as you go up, you can see the rooms getting bigger. Huh? Yeah. And then so the next 2 levels would be for his captains and all these people. And the last 2 levels, the top 2 levels, were for Pablo and his family. And that's where it gets really exuberant and massive balconies and massive bedrooms. And actually, we walked inside his money safe, and his money safe was about the size of this room. I would suspect that it wasn't the only one.
No, 100%. That probably would have been 2% of his capital.
Yeah, but the interesting thing about that place is they set off a bomb outside the building. So they evacuated the building, Pablo. I think that was during the first war he had out of the 2. So from then on, this place has been vacant. And when everything sort of came to an end, the army and the government repositioned this building. For some time, I think the intelligence, one of the intelligence services, the headquarters was in there.
Oh, clever.
They weren't there for long. I don't know why. I'm sure there's a story behind that. But then it was abandoned and under military guard for decades, or at least many, many years. And when we went in, we were snuck in by the military. We paid some tips and everything, and we were allowed in. God bless my friend for getting us in there. And he mentioned to us that one thing, and he offered, he actually put it on the balcony for us. One thing that a lot of people like to do, those that are lucky to get in there, they like to go to the top balcony, Pablo's balcony, outside of his bedroom.
Sure.
It's overlooking the entire Medellin, and if you've been to Medellin, it's a city of many, many, many views, because it's the valley with all the buildings around it. So it's amazing viewpoints. And everyone likes to do a line of cocaine whilst looking at that view, Myself, not much of a user, so I passed on that. But because it's been I think we just got a little laugh out of Paulie. Yeah. Cocaine user? Am I supposed to say that? Clarify myself?
No, it's just that I'm calling bullshit on that. Like, I think you did something.
No. I hate cocaine, man. It's fucking
why
rubbish.
would you say that? Or why are you questioning the man's integrity?
No, it's not questioning my integrity. I'll tell you what it is, right?
Yeah, tell me.
His job as a producer, in his mind anyway, is to create controversy.
I'm
sure he'll ask you later on some shit. Don't worry. He's a producer. You just go with the flow. We just stick to our roots. We stick to our guns. But no, what I was going to finish off is, so the place has been abandoned for a long time, but it is super eerie because over the years, people have either snuck in or paid their way in to do like seances and things, because they're trying to connect with...
Seances?
Yeah, like channeling spirits and stuff like that. Sure. I'll keep talking with this in my hand. I think it's helping me. So downstairs you see remnants, or you would have, because it's been knocked down now, remnants of macumbas, which is macumba is when you do like you might kill a chicken and burn some candles. Sure.
Like a voodoo.
It's voodoo. Yeah, voodoo is I think an African word, but in Spanish macumba, so super eerie, marks of all over the place. And actually one thing that also was super weird was holes in the wall, because all these people would go in there and think that they were going to find the famous stashes, las caletas of Pablo Escobar, which have been found over the years, not only of Pablo, but every drug dealer in the region, where, you know, you're a farmer and, you know, you're digging a trench for your crops and you find
cash.
you know, $6 million wrapped in plastic, you know. I know many stories of friends of mine that have gone and found some things.
Nice.
But this place, yeah, so holes in the wall, and also super eerie, as it was explained to me. You go in through the main entrance and you've got the 8 levels, I think, from memory, but there was 1 or 2 subterranean levels. And he showed us a rear entrance into the car park, which led to these like cages. And he was saying, yeah, so this is where, you know, people got chopped, imprisoned, tortured, whatever, and you can feel it. You can definitely feel it. The place has that energy where you don't want to be around for too long. I'm not much of a, you know, Paulie would have loved that shit. He would have been on his knees, you know, trying to fucking, with his Geiger counter, trying to find paranormal activity there. He loves that shit. But yeah, the Monaco building in Medellin, Colombia, and the Pablo tour, and the stone from Pablo's tomb. So little side story, man. Sorry to digress completely, but
epic.
back to the Egyptian shisha. Thank you. I smoked a lot of shisha in Egypt, but I must admit I did not really like it. I don't know if it's the flavor.
When we talk about the industry,
Yeah.
there has been so many different evolutions and changes, and Western society, as all white people do, come in, take the culture and fuck it, you know?
Yeah.
So it's been a blessing in this regard. We've got different elements, different things. So if I'm going to make an assumption, and sorry to say, but I don't know what you were smoking out of, they weren't using charcoal coals. They were probably using either the wood ones or like the easy lights. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It gave me a headache every time.
90% of the chance, if you're getting a headache, that's easy lights. They've got so many chemicals in it. They sit there, they do this, their coals are ready, they put it on. That's going to give you carbon monoxide poisoning, actually. And that's what causes the headache.
Actually, yeah. I do remember once here in Australia, I smoked with some dear friends of mine at Sanchica Bar. Shout out to Freddy Sanchez and Diana. And they had the easy lights. And I just remember, fuck, it was like we were smoking, you know, out of a tailpipe, you know, from a car.
No good.
No good.
So I'll assume that's what they were using. Tobacco quality should be good there. So I'm not going to blame their tobacco.
The flavors were whack, man.
Yeah, you know what it is? You got to remember their climate, right? Tobacco acclimates differently.
Yeah, man.
Very hot, humid, arid. It's actually arid there.
So that's right.
Their stuff dries out. They're not as moist and all these different elements.
All those factors, huh?
Yeah, there's a lot of different variables. And then you're smoking out of a pipe here. So you see how smooth this is to draw. Right?
Very smooth.
Right? And then when you take in a puff out of this, it's a bit more pinched. So there's your more traditional pipes. When they're more pinched, there's more effort you got to take in, right?
So that all plays into
lightheadedness and all those things. So with these, the complete opposite comes from, because it's so wide open, you get a bigger hit of smoke. And that's what causes the issue. But this is the complete opposite, because you've got to suck more. I had to say the word suck, didn't I?
That's all good,
because
man. We don't have dirty minds in this studio, except Paulie.
I heard the giggle. That's why that's why I said I had to say something.
Yeah. You hear those little giggles all night and you go, oh, he's kind of fucking laughing at it.
Yeah. So there's that. And
apologies for that, brother, in advance.
But yeah, so I can't tell you because I wasn't there to personally experience it, but there's a different climate, definitely something to take. The hydration as well. If you're in the sun all day.
Yeah, actually, I think that definitely plays a part as well.
Massive.
I mean, one time with the great Yusuf Awiyan in his home at the ancient Chemit school of mysticism, we had a great smoke and a great time. He played the guitar for us, and we were surrounded by all these Egyptian relics and handmade stone pieces. One of them is over there, actually, that he made for me. The black one, the last one, if you grab that one for me, that's made out of alabaster, which is a very hard stone. That's a replica of a pre-dynastic Egyptian pharaoh.
It's very heavy.
Very heavy, very heavy. Yeah, and the man, this is all handmade, and it was a gift that he had for me at the end of the tour that we did in Egypt. Great times over there, man, amazing times. Got a couple of gifts inside as well. Papyrus, as you can see up there, the Ankh.
Yeah, I
That's
see
made
it.
out of Egyptian papyrus as well.
Mm-hmm.
And some cool other bits and pieces. I actually took, we were not supposed to, but I'm ashamed to say I am disgusted, as was my tour guide and his companion, that at the step pyramid of Saqqara, essentially they've taken tons of alabaster, which is this material, extremely hard, jars and all these bits and pieces. They found them in different parts of the pyramid, and they are burying them under the crushing them and burying them under the sand just because they can't find somewhere to store them. And also, cynically now speaking, those jars are a little bit hard to explain for the official Egyptology narrative, because these alabaster jars are supposed to be from a period when we were practically uncivilized and so on, and the precision is laser-like, and it's completely, a hard. It's a thorn in their side, like many other things that I saw and are currently there in Egypt that you can go see for yourself. But the Egyptian theme seems to come up on the show a lot, man. Great place to visit.
One of the ancient civilizations that have given us what we've got.
Oh man, incredible,
100%.
incredible! And if anyone has the ability to get there post COVID, go for it. But back to us and back to Australia. Let's talk flavors, man, because shisha flavors is a big thing. It's a menu, and you can choose your
So you've got. Well, do you want to talk from when we first started? When we first started, you had two options. You had a tobacco option, which was al-Fakhir.
Yeah.
And you had a herbal alternative, which was al-Fakhir. So al-Fakhir dominated the market. It's because that's what smugglers were easily able to get their hands on, and that's what was coming into the market in quantities. Fast track, maybe 2 to 3 years later. So I got into the scene maybe 5, 6 years ago. So if we fast track while I was in the scene, first 2 years I knew nothing but al-Fakhir. And al-Fakhir is the generic stuff we use every day. That's what you get anywhere you go. It's the most.
So that's the brand.
Available. Yeah, al-Fakhir is the brand.
Sure.
So it's the most readily available here because that's what is easy to come from.
Sure.
All right. And
Egyptian?
No. Emirates, UAE.
Sure.
AF is from the Emirates. And then as I started to expand knowledge and get more involved in the industry, we started to find other products. So something that hit the market and took it by storm was a product called Starbuzz. That was the brand.
Sure.
From America. And Starbuzz was bringing all these flavors that we've never seen before. Almost the equivalent of what you can get in a vape in shisha tobacco. And
what were some of those flavors, brother?
So your most popular that came from Starbuzz was Blue Mist. And anyone that smoked shisha would have smoked Blue Mist.
Sure.
And so Blue Mist was a very popular flavor. And then you've got Pirate's Cave. There was a flavor called Sex on the Beach. There was... they used all these very exotic names.
Premix, no? Like their own.
They're all premixes.
Their own,
right. So your Blue Mist was their equivalent of a blueberry mint. But it was just a sweeter blueberry, you know what I mean?
Sure.
And that took the market by storm. And then someone goes, hey, look, I got this. And it's Fumari. Fumari is now another American brand. And then everyone's frothing over Fumari. I want Fumari, I want Fumari, I want Fumari. And then come a bit further in and you get Social Smoke. And then Social Smoke was... only a few people, handful of people were fortunate enough to get their hands on that.
Sure.
And so
where's that one from?
That's also America. So most of the good quality A-grade tobaccos for flavor is all American. And
Till this day?
Till this day.
Sure.
So obviously right now we're getting a Dahlia. So we just smoked a Dahlia. That's Turkish. But they've only got that one flavor that's booming right now.
Very nice.
Yeah, so it's readily available currently in our market. Love 66 is their most popular, followed by, I would personally say, Lady Killer. Lady Killer is like a peach mango menthol.
Sure. Are these like super current? Because I don't remember these names when we were current. Sort of last year or whatever.
Well, look, last year, yeah. So very, very current. Yeah. Look, the Starbuzz of Fumari, that stuff, Azure.
A bit further back.
You smoked Azure with me quite often.
Okay, sure.
If you remember, used to say, boss, today we have muffin. Yeah. So that was Azure.
Yeah.
Azure was a product that came in, was readily available, and then they decided to go legitimate here.
Okay.
And so they manufacture their products here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they
In
do.
Australia?
Yeah, they
Okay.
do.
Oh, good on them.
Well, that's what we've got to take it at face value. That's what they're saying it, and they're putting it out in packaging that's
Fair enough.
Australian compliant
Sure.
and blah blah blah.
Uh-huh.
So we take it at face value, and we go, yeah, okay, cool. We got an American brand
Yeah,
now being manufactured here in Australia.
Sure.
And that's the first of its kind for our market.
sure.
Price wise, it's $80 per 100 grams, whereas you're getting 100 grams otherwise for about 50.
Okay, cool.
So it's not
It's a
it's
premium
not-
product.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not too far off the mark, which questions the
Yeah,
Australian
authenticity.
made.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I remember.
It is
Sorry,
a
but I
big issue.
remember like being offered mint, cherry, apple, green apple. Is it?
Yeah,
No.
so all
Yeah.
those flavors,
Yeah.
what we stock in bulk for our venues is all
Sure.
al-Fakhir. So
Aha.
right now we've settled for a standard menu of 10.
Sure.
And we go
What are those,
blueberry.
brother? Do you remember?
I should remember it off
Sure.
the top of my head. So we got blueberry, watermelon, apple, grape, kiwi, peach, lemon, orange, mint, and gum.
Big round of applause for my man.
Oh, it's,
Paulie's ready on the drum.
well,
Anyway, I don't know about that bit on the end.
it doesn't bother me. No, it comes from saying it every weekend. What flavors you got?
Of course.
Every week.
Oh, man,
And at
I've
least
seen you.
10 or
I've seen
12
you, bro. I've
times.
seen you. I've seen you.
It is
Yeah,
what it
yeah,
is.
of course,
It's just
of course.
repetition.
Yeah,
Anything
yeah,
with
yeah.
repetition gets engraved.
Nah, man, of course.
It's
of course.
etched in. It's etched in one of those strings of the brain. You know.
Yeah, neural
Yeah.
pathways.
Yeah, it's etched right into it.
Yeah.
So
I'm
it
sure,
has
man.
to spell it out as it travels
Yeah,
through.
yeah.
So
That's
that's
good,
that.
man. He knows his craft.
Yeah, so that's the AF stuff. That's al-Fakhir. And that's
Sure.
what we keep. For the people that come in asking and knowing,
Yeah.
we have it. We
Sure.
have it. We don't publicly put it out
The real shisha heads,
Well,
yeah.
The problem is, if we put it out there, they can
Yeah.
get accustomed to it.
Yeah,
it's
yeah, I
not
get
readily
you.
available.
I get
and when
you.
someone gets accustomed to it at
Yeah.
that price point, we got to jack up the
Of
prices.
course,
'cause
yeah,
now we're
yeah,
getting
yeah.
it more. We're getting,
Well, it's a premium product, man. So if they want it, they got to pay for it. You know?
Correct,
So if they come
correct.
into the club, they go, Habib, you got the good stuff.
yeah, I'll pull it out from under the counter.
yeah. That's it.
But yeah,
Many late nights at Watershed.
Michael, how many grams is one shisha head?
oh, it all depends on what head you're using. Like for example, there we just use 6 grams. Oh, sorry.
It's all right.
But here we just use 15 grams. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's all variant on based on what bowl you use and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
So there is quite
Discrepancy.
There's
Yeah.
a lot of discrepancies and there's a lot of room.
Yeah.
So everybody's got their own setup. You know what I mean?
Sure,
It's
sure,
like,
sure.
How do you explain it? It's like your cars, right?
Yeah.
You can get that base factory Camry. Then you can upgrade to your Lexus.
Yeah,
And then you
yeah.
can upgrade to your Ferrari.
Yeah, I get you.
And then your Ferrari can get even better by putting mad wheels on a suspension, blah, 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 which is your hose, your bowl, your this, your that.
Sure.
And then the premium oil, your 98 fuel, your
Nah,
85 fuel is
completely.
your
Yeah,
tobacco,
got
you know what I mean?
understood. Many ways you can take it. And tell me something. What's your favorite flavor, brother?
Currently,
Yeah.
look, a product that's not readily available on the market,
Sure.
it's like gold.
Yeah.
It's called Dark Side. It's Russian.
Dark
Dark Side.
side. Okay.
Dark Side, yeah.
Wow.
It's a dark leaf tobacco, high nicotine content. They've got this flavor called Supernova.
Really?
When you smell Supernova, no smell. You've
Really?
smoked it with me. You've smoked it with
I
me.
have.
Haven't you taken a puff and you almost died on me? I'm sorry I
Yes.
put you through that.
Yeah.
That very cold, brain freezing
Oh,
menthol hit.
I remember that. Yeah.
That's
I remember
Supernova.
that. Yeah.
So shout out to Wally. Last night he fixed me
My
up.
man, Wally.
He packed me one. I smoked Supernova last night, and I was
Really?
very thankful for that.
Uh-huh.
I bought when it hit the market. I bought 500 grams. That was
Uh-huh.
nothing.
Yeah.
And then I bought 3 kilos.
Yeah.
And I said 3 kilos should be enough until the next batch comes in.
Yeah.
No more batches.
Finished.
No more nothing. It disappeared.
Mm.
It fell off the face of the planet.
Wow. And the
But yeah.
Russians getting in on it, huh?
Oh look, I'll tell you right now, the Russian market is superseding any current market.
Who would have thought?
Yeah, it's insane.
Well, as I was saying before, because you mentioned Germany, I know Germany has a big Turkish community.
Correct.
Lots of Turkish migration there.
Yeah.
And I would imagine that a big country like Russia, which encompasses a lot of those Middle Eastern, more southern, the stands. The stands.
Yeah, the stands.
The stands, yeah.
Kyrgyzstan, Dagestan, blah,
Exactly,
blah, blah.
yeah. So I'm sure they've got a lot of that influence in there as well. And who knows, maybe lots of migration. We don't know much about our brothers in Russia, do we? Because they're not part of our our access.
All I know is I'll get this and I'm a happy man.
Yeah, duh.
You give me the
Very
stuff
good.
that I want, happy.
Beautiful.
Send
So
me location. That's,
if anyone's got dark side, hit
Send
us
me
up,
location.
man. She's like crack.
Yeah, I swear to you.
Really?
I swear to you. Yeah, it was selling at $1 a gram. $1 a gram.
Wow.
Put a gram there, here $1. You know
Uh-huh.
what I mean? It was
Interesting.
it was a very, very good product when it hit
Yeah.
the market. It was, you know what it was? A lot of the products that come to market,
Yeah.
we build hype, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's what we do.
Of course.
This was a product that didn't need hype.
Oh, I get you.
It just needed you to
Yeah,
take the hose
yeah.
and you're like, oh my God, bang.
Where did besides doing it at home or whatever, because I'm sure in the same way that a lot of South American people I know have like killer barbecue setups or whatever.
Yeah.
Aside from smoking at home, where's kind of like your fave place to go? Smoke some shisha and kick back and hang out with the boys
Ooh, look,
and the girls.
yeah, it's difficult. Okay, let's break it down. If you want to go by area, I can give you area. I know everybody in the industry.
I wouldn't
you know what I mean?
expect
But
any less.
if you want to go home, if you want to go somewhere, and smoke as if you're at home,
Yeah.
you've got your $2,000 setups, you've got your high-end tobacco, your everything.
At home.
Yeah, and I'm not getting paid to say this.
Sure.
They don't even know I'm about to mention it, but there's a place in Auburn called Shish and Manouche.
Shish and Manouche.
All right. There is no Manouche. It's a front, my friend. No, they used to have food. They got rid of food so they can
Do
serve
more shisha.
Yeah,
because in
Shisha
this
was their
country,
market.
unfortunately, you
You can't mix and
you
match.
can't mix. Yeah, there should be an exception.
Oh, there is no exception. People
But-
get away with it. People get away with it. And I'm not going to drop names, but I can tell you there are places.
But there should be an exception. We're adults. If you want to go
It's your
somewhere,
personal choice. And
That's
you
right.
sign a
That's
waiver, happy
Yeah,
days.
exactly.
You should be allowed to.
Yeah.
But the government likes to say you don't got your rights anymore
yeah,
in that regard.
yeah.
But yeah,
the fun
if-
police.
Correct. If I really wanted to go out and smoke as if I'm smoking at home,
Mm.
that's the first location. A bit of a trek for me. Shish and Manouche in
Shish and
Auburn.
Manu. Shout out to them in Auburn, man. We'll be down there maybe one day after work, Paulie, in Auburn there, slaving away.
I don't think you eat manouche, do you?
He doesn't need to at Manouche. We went through that, remember? If you were paying attention. The producer. You want to put it on Rafa? I got you, Rafa. Don't worry.
My
But
man,
no,
high
but no, they don't serve any
boom,
food
boom,
there.
boom.
No, they don't
We'll
serve
gang up
food.
on him tonight.
No stress.
Nah, so he's a good man
No, of
when he's
course.
sleeping.
This was a community announcement. Just make sure everyone else is listening.
Good on you, Paulie. Hey, so okay, in Auburn.
That's where I'd
Yeah.
go if I wanted to smoke out of a setup like this.
Sure.
It depends on the vibe, the ambience.
Yeah,
Wally has a place in Parramatta, Church Street.
Wally's got a place.
Yeah, well, he's currently not open, obviously closed for renovations, and they're waiting for
Blue
that
Mist.
to happen. Blue Mist. You've been.
Yeah, I've been
I
many
mean,
times.
I've heard of this place over and over. Blue Mist, yeah.
BMCP.
So Wally's a part of that.
Yeah, well, he's got some influence in there.
Oh man,
Yeah,
full
that's his
power to the
place.
brother, man.
Wow,
I mean,
Rafa. Even DK's been there.
Yeah, DK has
But
been.
the-
But
DK
DK's a Parramatta local. You
Bro,
can't put it on
DK is Parramatta. He's got shares in Little Miss Collins.
Blue
and,
Mist.
Yeah,
Has
He
that
is Blue
changed
Mist.
names?
Little Miss Collins?
Yeah.
No.
El Camino or something?
Yeah.
No.
El Camino's
The
Thursday
boys,
thing,
shout
yeah.
out to the Musa boys, man. All three of them are legends. They're running, for everyone out there that wants to, actually, they do a little bit of shisha there too. And
Yeah,
they've got
he-
really
he-
nice
He
food.
hit me up, and I'm sorry I didn't actually end up calling him back. That's some way.
Ah, you fucking idiot. That's how much money this guy's making.
No. Please don't think like this.
No, we're joking,
I
man.
stretch myself thin. I can't do it. You know what I mean? I gotta manage
The
everything.
Moose's got cartel at night at Little Miss Collins in Parramatta, which is a real cool little venue. I think Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday night.
That's right.
The brothers and
They
the
did
brother
hit me
DK, they're waiting for me to go down. I love going down there. The food's really nice. I haven't been down there at night, but I can imagine that the place would look and feel amazing. So looking forward to that. But Blue Mist, so they're renovating, are they? Did
Upstairs
you
is
say?
renovating. Downstairs is currently open.
Okay, sure.
Downstairs is open.
Well,
Whatever.
I mean, now more than ever that I know that the brother Wally's involved, I'd love to go down there, brother. I spend most of my time up these ways now and kind of with my head in my projects, but it'll be a cool evening out, I'm sure, man, to go down and check it out. It was a good night.
Wait till he finishes
Really?
it, and then go.
Because I heard that the place is decorated.
Yeah, well, it's a dark vibe. Black walls, blue LEDs throughout. It's a very ambient place. It's,
Sure.
it's nice and loud music. So it's just you and it's a very intimate thing. So it's just
Sure.
you and whoever's on your table, people next to you aren't going to involve. You know what I
Sure.
mean? So you're going to sit down and just surround yourself.
A lot of heads go down there. Do we have to go straight?
Upstairs is very well controlled. Upstairs is Wally's clientele. Does that make sense?
Sure.
So upstairs is like if you don't got a booking, sit downstairs.
Ah, okay,
And
I get you.
who manages all the bookings?
So downstairs is like the yard at Bathurst.
Yeah. And then,
No. I'm just joking,
no,
man.
but,
No disrespect
it's just
at all.
people
I'm sure
it's
it's
just
amazing.
people that
man.
walk off. It's just people that walk in and say,
Yeah,
hey,
no, I
we want
get
a
you, man.
shisha,
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah. That's the same
that's
everywhere, brother.
downstairs.
You know, you got the
Or
initiated.
wherever you go.
Yeah, of course. So we've got 2 down, Blue Mist and Shish and Manush.
So yesterday I was invited to a soft launch for a place in Waterloo called
Waterloo.
yeah. So they finally reached out in that way, called Hookia, Hookia Lounge.
Okay.
His aim, and I wish him all the best. His aim is to bring the Russian pipes to commercial lounges, and so
Interesting.
that's what's happening there. And if everyone sits tight, we've got a project currently under
Sure.
wraps.
Yeah.
Warwick Farm will be popping up soon.
My man.
That's going to be something that's different. That's what's going to, sorry to say, but anybody out there right now trying to compete
Sure.
is we're going to be butting a bit of, our shoulders are going to be bumping together because we're going to go hard at it.
I'll say a couple of things. I would say that if anyone's going to do it well, is going to be you, my friend. And we've had some conversations in the past about that. We've even sat down with a couple of people back in the day, just throwing ideas around and things. And number 2, there's enough to go around.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
So, but if you're going to do it, you're going to go all out, right?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
But look, if you ask anybody in the industry, and this is not trying to brag or anything like that,
Yeah.
but I maintain that mentality 100%.
Sure.
There is enough to go around.
Most
There is
definitely,
time
brother.
where my phone rings, and they're like, "Oh, we need 3, 4, 5. That's $300. You know, easy money for me." I go, "Yeah, give me a second." Hang up. "Hey, bro, I got this. Do you want to do it?" "Yeah,
Beautiful.
please."
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
In everything I've done,
Yeah.
selfishness and greed is a very dangerous thing.
Yeah, I very much agree with you on that, bro. And you know me too. I'm always happy to
Support and help.
yeah, support and help it, but also not get in the way of. You understand? You know, so if you know someone that needs something and you know someone that's got it, you know, don't always put yourself in the middle and try and make
for
something
sure.
out of it or whatever, because it goes around, comes around, and it's just you're creating wealth, and you know, and I think if you think small, as in, oh, I need to take you know, any opportunity. In Spanish we call those people, in my country anyway, bicho. Bicho is insect. You know, like don't be a fucking insect, man. We're warm-blooded mammals. You get what I'm saying? Work a little bit more from the heart, and it does come back around, man. And life will take care of you.
Do good, get good.
Yeah, exactly,
Do
bro.
good, receive good.
At the same time, invest in the right people as well, because
for
the
sure.
wrong people will just take and keep on taking.
Yes.
And the right people will show love in return, man, sooner or later. And again, there's plenty to go around. It's not the biggest city in the world, but there's definitely a big population here. And with Shisha being so popular, and in particular with all you guys having such strong face-to-face, like community type networks, right? Because,
Correct.
you know, I've seen you guys, you've got that common bond with the Shisha, which is cool. You know, it's Shisha aficionados. And even some of the events that you guys do yourselves or that you're involved with supporting, because I know you've done some cool ones.
Correct.
There was even one in Parramatta Jail, right?
Yeah, we're doing one actually 22nd at jail again.
November?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
So
Coming up.
Yeah. So when you mentioned that Paulie loves all that eerie stuff, whatever,
Yeah.
I was going to suggest when we bump in on that Friday, on that Friday night,
Yeah.
he'll love it, man.
Can you lock him up overnight in one of the cells, man? He might
I'll do it voluntarily.
Yeah,
Like,
that'd
not
be
even
good,
as a
man.
favour to you. I'll just throw him in there.
Yeah, I reckon, man. Yeah.
Wow, you
We're
guys
doing
took a
good.
big game. One day do a Ouija board in a jail cell. Yeah, come back to me then.
Ouija board, yeah. You can do that one.
Yeah,
I've already done it, bro.
Or you, my friend.
Maitland jail, bro.
Yeah,
Oh, there
come
you
to
go.
Paradigm.
I told you he loves all this shit, man.
Wing, I think there was So wing 6.
Yeah.
Apparently that's the haunted one.
Uh-huh.
And it's
Well,
very eerie.
Parramatta Jail, as far as I know, is the oldest jail.
Yeah, it's decommissioned now. I think
Yeah.
they decommissioned it in 2012.
Yeah, but still standing. So
I wish
It's like a museum.
if I knew we were going to bring this up, I've got photos. I was walking into cells taking photos of gang tags and bored people that sit
Really?
there drawing. And if we had them, I would have thrown them up there.
Well,
but
when I
somehow-
was in Parramatta, it was still active.
Yeah.
And I remember stories, like you're old and full of cockroaches
Yeah.
and shit. And but that's pretty cool because you guys do like a mini festival type
Correct.
thing, no? So what's that like?
So the 22nd,
Yeah.
we'll get back to the festival in
Sure,
a second, but the
sure.
22nd is an expo.
Uh-huh.
And it's an opportunity for retailers and vendors
Awesome.
to
Wow.
get exposure. So it's free, so
Yep.
long as you reserve yourself a ticket. Obviously, with COVID, we've got limits and whatever else.
Yeah.
Free, get yourself that ticket, rock up on the day,
Yeah.
and it'll just
Yeah, sure.
eye-opener. So I'll be there as an exhibitor as well.
Yep.
I've got a herbal product, so it's a non-tobacco alternative.
Sure.
Smoke's almost the same.
Yeah.
19 different flavors and everything else, and I'm gonna have it there for people to sample and
Beautiful.
try.
And what else is on offer at the event, brother? Like, what do we have? Food? What is there?
There will be food.
Yep.
There will be food by our friend Mr. Moses, Anthony Moses.
Sure.
He has a cafe on Monash.
Okay.
That's his place. He'll
Okay,
be
cool.
there.
Some light snacks and coffee and stuff
I think
like that.
I think he's doing cakes and desserts.
Sure.
Which is a bit different from what he does in his store.
Okay, sure.
But
It's
I
tailored
guess-
for the event. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. And then I think there is somebody else out there doing food. I'm not too informed on the
Sure.
food element.
Yeah.
To be honest, I've been very withdrawn. So anybody that speaks to me from the community will notice that I've fallen off the face of the planet.
Okay. Focusing on your own.
To be honest, it's so much healthier. Look,
Really?
I'll tell you, when I was younger, I thought it was cool to know everybody. And I
Yeah,
thought
yeah,
it
yeah.
was-
There's a toll.
But this, not only is there a toll, but not everybody's out there for you. You know what I mean? Everyone pretends to be for you, and then
Yeah. I hear you.
so why would I involve myself with these kind of people?
Yeah, actually, that's kind of what I was leading to before. There are certain people that...
Bicho, what was it?
Huh?
The bicho.
Bicho.
Bicho, yeah, that's it. Some people are bichos, my friend.
Yeah, I know, man. Yeah, so you got to sort of stick with the right people and avoid everyone else.
That's right.
That's just the way it is. There's nothing wrong with that, but I think you've got enough networks probably as it is for that world and knowledge and experience and all of that. And the right people hopefully will come and continue to come. And speaking of events and stuff, right now, don't get distracted by that screen, brother. Paulie, he likes playing Tetris and shit whilst we talk. So right now, Pastor Shisha is at the Watershed on the weekends.
Yeah, Watershed, Albion's Babylon on Sunday nights, Babylon Rooftop, Westfield, Sydney, not to get mistaken with the massage place.
Sure.
I
I love that place, by the way.
I've never been.
Okay, we'll go there one day, brother.
Thank
On
you for
me.
the invite.
Yeah.
I think that's a 3 now.
So Fridays and Saturdays at the Watershed,
And Albion Hotel.
Albion Hotel on Sunday.
Friday, Saturday.
Saturdays as well.
Yeah, so we've withdrawn from the Sundays at Albion. Just not
Okay.
worth it for us.
Oh, really?
Not worth
Okay,
it
no, I
for
didn't
us.
know that. So Fridays
Yeah,
and
so it's a new
Saturdays.
thing, yeah.
Okay, beautiful.
Yeah.
All right, and then obviously that the chill, shisha, music, similar type of thing at all those venues, no?
Yeah. So Watershed, then Albion.
Yeah.
Look, the beauty thing, if we take it from not the social element and everything else, the business side of things,
Yeah.
why we've re-thrived during COVID,
Yeah, sit down.
seated activation.
Sure.
It's seated activation.
Yeah,
Their
yeah.
patrons come
Yeah.
in, they're sat down. You know
That's
what I
right,
mean?
that's
They don't
right.
have to get up and
Yeah,
do
that's right.
anything. They're
Yeah,
not
so it's
getting around
almost like
dancing with it.
you need to give them something to do.
So now we've got them glued to their seat and they're happy.
Having said that, and I know I speak with lots of confidence here, we've done really well pre-COVID.
For
before
sure.
they closed us down, man. Those
Nothing
were
can compare.
awesome days,
Yeah,
man.
nothing can compare.
Big numbers,
Big,
1,000
big,
people, and it just speaks
Yeah.
for itself. Yeah,
I still tell people about this. People don't believe it when I tell them that we were able to push out the quantity that we were able to push
Yeah, I
out.
know,
And I'll be
I
like,
know.
you just you underestimate this gentleman's capacity and how he's got reach on the market. And we always do. We always bring up Watershed. And we always bring up how perfect the events are there and everything else.
Yeah.
Well, we've done other venues. I can tell you personally, I've probably done minimum 12 venues. Right, I can tell you some of the venues and some of the promoters.
yeah,
horrible to work with. You can't do anything with them, right?
Yeah.
It's their way.
Short-term
and they don't
mentality.
go.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. I hear you, bro. I hear you.
And
I hear you.
then you've got people like yourself that are there to let's do this.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
build
yeah.
it together. Let's
Yeah.
make it worth our while
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So
Well, I can say the same thing about you, brother, because there are times when we've had to be flexible, you know, to get to win essentially.
correct.
And again, that goes back to what I was saying before, you know, like sometimes you got to give a little to take a little, you know, and sometimes it's a little short-term pain for long-term gain, and all those phrases and all those sayings that are appropriate for moments like these. But look, I think equally as important, and I touched on this before, the importance of taking your job seriously and not just flash in the pan, being really good one week and then fuck up for the next 3 months. And consistency, and I know that's one thing that we did for a long time really well, and hence why we were where we're at pre-COVID, and hopefully, brother, once all these monkeys stop fucking around.
COVID.
Yeah. We can get back to business. Oh,
We're not smoking it, my friend. Well, it's just there now as a display piece. Do you want to keep smoking?
I wouldn't mind a little bit, man. I never get to smoke shisha, hermano.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you reckon Paulie can handle it? I reckon there'll be
yeah,
tobacco
definitely.
in there for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's just a
Throw
little
some
bit of
coals
coal,
on.
no?
Yeah. I think there is a coal there. Just bring that one, Polly.
Paulie's half Egyptian, so he should be able to handle it, brother.
Yeah, half Egyptian, huh?
Yeah.
Only the good half.
Man, I might take this opportunity. We're on 3, right, Paulie?
Yeah, you're on 3.
My man. Might take this opportunity whilst we're chilling, waiting to thank our foundation sponsors, Crash Claim, Meeting New Friends by Accident, Q Corp Construction, Open for Australia, and our social media support is by Variant Collective. There you go, man, ticking the boxes.
I like that. As long as
It's been...
they're filling the crack.
On the stove.
Just throw another 2 on, man.
Yeah, no rush.
Throw on another 2. Yeah.
I don't know if you
think
can handle it.
I'll take the opportunity. I'll probably get my hands messy. I'll pack us a fresh one, man.
Completely up to you, my brother.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
can even
We
stop
can do
the
it
tape
on
and come back. It's
do you
not a
wanna do
problem. Yeah. Well, you can do it here. You tell me. You're the man.
Do you want to show your audience how we do it?
Man, let's
us
show the
make
audience
mess?
how we do it, man. I'm sure they won't
Alright.
mind.
So you'll edit this, right? I'll get up. I'll do whatever I got to do. Slowly.
Not a
get
problem,
everything
hermano.
here.
We'll come back in a couple of minutes.
All right, done. Easy. Okay. All right, let me get this over the shoulder.
Indeed.
Beautiful.
Man knows he's podcasting.
So, no, we don't have headphones in ours.
Oh, really?
No, we don't use headphones.
Okay, so you learnt that somewhere else then? In another podcast with someone else.
Yeah, I'm a little podcast hoe.
Have you done the others or?
No.
Just your one, huh?
Yeah, just and even my ones.
What do you do, like once a week? What do you do with yours?
Supposed
or
to
just
be
irregular?
once a week.
Irregular.
Yeah, look, I started out once a week, every
Yeah.
single Wednesday, blah blah blah, and then
Yeah.
life.
Yeah, it's more of a hobby, right?
Right.
Yeah.
This is in the production, brother.
This
Huh?
isn't.
This will be.
Oh, this will be. Yeah,
Alright, cool.
easy. No worries. So, just for anyone watching at home right now.
No, hold on. What we'll do, Paulie, if you just get me in on one real quick.
One is on.
Welcome back, guys. We had a little bit of coals and stuff to prepare outside, and the man, Michael, is back in the...
Stop. Fuck.
Fuck already.
Nah,
Haven't even taken you out to
when
dinner
when
yet.
you unplugged it.
Let me know. I'll take you out to dinner first, and then we can fuck.
No, go.
1, 2, 2, 2, 1, 2.
I have to stop it.
Yeah, that's okay.
Stop. Restart.
Takes 2 seconds. Hey guys, we're back. We took a couple of minutes to get our coals ready and everything, and now the man Michael is gracious enough to actually show us the. He's going to talk a little bit about how we set up the head of Shisha, no?
Correct.
Thank you, brother. My
So
man.
what we're using today is shout out to Amit from the Premium Way. This is actually a sponsored bowl. He gave it to us for our podcast.
Very beautiful, man.
Yeah, it's a beautiful piece. It's actually Russian, despite
the Russians again.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you, Russians
Taking
superseding the
over.
market. Despite the Japanese.
Uh-huh.
What's the word I'm looking for here?
Japanese art.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
art's there.
Japanese
so-
design.
Correct. It's got that
Sure.
Japanese look of it.
Uh-huh.
But it's a traditional style bowl. I don't know if you'll be able to see with the bit of tobacco that we got in there, but it's the 5-hole. It's traditional Egyptian bowl or Turkish bowl, people call them.
Sure.
So it's different than what a funnel would look like, for example, like this.
Uh-huh.
But so these they're packed differently. So what I was doing now is I was just using the needle that we're going to use to poke the holes, and I'm just
Sure.
literally picking away at the tobacco,
Yep.
and then just letting it roll in there so it's all nice and fluffy. It's not pressed down or anything like that.
Yeah,
And that's
because
the best way to smoke
as
it.
with anything that has to burn, it needs to have a bit of oxygen
Air
in there,
through
no?
it.
Uh-huh.
Correct, but you'll be surprised to know that, for example, a dark side, and there's a brand in America called Tangiers, which is another dark leaf tobacco.
Yeah.
It's recommended to pack very dense,
Sure.
and
So it burns slower, I'm sure.
why? Because it was such a high nicotine content, right? When with that high nicotine content, if you're fluffing it like this, you're
Yeah.
gonna get that buzz on your first or second puff.
I get you.
Know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's lethal.
It's going to burn like crazy. Yeah.
It's lethal.
Uh-huh.
Anyone that's actually smoked a dark leaf tobacco will know that it goes through you as well. So do you know how people drink coffee and they got to run to the bathroom?
Yeah.
You smoke dark leaf, you got to run to the bathroom.
Uh-huh.
That's that equivalent there. All right, so literally just fluffed it up like so.
Sure.
And I'm just going to clear out a bit of air space for the holes, that were sitting in there, the
So
traditional
this
style
one's a
holes.
bit more of an art then.
Well, look, generally, there's a lot of people that go above and beyond.
Yep.
I'm very basic with how I do it. Some
Yeah.
people make
Yeah.
sure you do 65% fluff and 62.5%
Okay, yeah.
this.
There's always people like that. Yeah.
And those people, all right, cool. I've smoked with people that are like that.
Yeah.
And sessions are, phenomenal.
Sure.
Perfect. But
Not much different. No.
at the end of the day, it's all going to fill your lungs and
Yeah.
give you the same results.
Yeah. I get you. It's almost
yeah.
like as long as the basics are covered.
That's it. Oh, sorry.
It's all right, my brother.
All right, so and then I double foil with a thick layer of foil, so
Sure.
double layer, and essentially
Double layer versus single layer.
less heat directly onto your tobacco.
Again, sure.
So
Makes sense.
The issue with what we have now is I don't have a full proper setup. Normally I've
Sure.
got something called a HMD. It's a
Yep.
heat management device. Heat management device normally sits on top, or
Yep.
without foil sits on top of the bowl as well.
Yeah.
And then it because of the thicker metal and whatever else, it's better for the tobacco heat management. That's essentially where the name comes from.
Uh-huh.
So we do that, and now because we've got such a thin needle, we got to poke a lot of holes
Sure.
for airflow. And
Yep.
you guys are going to hear this, some ASMR style.
Sounds good, man. I reckon we should record that shit and sell it on one of those loop sites.
Yeah, no, just we'll do an OnlyFans for Shisha. OnlyFans, you guys familiar with that?
My man, look at that.
Now, see, it's still a bit restricted, so we got to add a bit more. I normally poke it around the middle.
You watching, Paulie? You're gonna have to do this in one.
When he's editing, he'll watch back and he'll learn all the secrets.
That's right.
There you go. So now that that's nice and wide open, you can
My
feel
man.
that it draws properly.
Beautiful.
We can do that.
On she goes.
Do you trust yourself without knocking these coals over?
Yeah, man.
I reckon we'll be fine.
Yeah, bro.
If we burn something, as long as we don't burn that's stone, so we're safe. What are these? These
Nah, it would be good, man. I'll catch it if it falls.
That's
Correct.
concerning.
Correct.
All right, I'm gonna throw these on the ground so they're out of screen.
Mm-hmm.
Bang, bang.
And should we get our mad assistant to get us some coals now, or what do we do?
Yeah, if we can get our producer hashtag
My man.
actually / Cole.
Bring out the Egyptian in you, Paulie. Do us proud.
Bring one at a time so that you're not running the risk of dropping them. And
Thank you, Paulie. You're the man.
You're the
Appreciate
man.
it.
All right, yeah, I think 2 to maybe 3 coals, we should be fine. We'll start with 3 and then drop down to the 2.
Oh man, I'll just follow your lead, man. I've got the easy
Easy.
part. I'll just sit here and smoke, man.
Yeah, that's
and
it.
Listen to your stories.
But yeah, you know what we didn't discuss?
Tell me.
We didn't discuss the origin of the business, where we started, right?
Man,
Isn't that something we should bring
Yeah,
up?
man. Please. I'd love to know.
Fun. It
I only
was.
know from whatever
From
point
what
we
you
met
know we had.
onwards. Yeah, that's
Correct.
right. Yeah. Shout out to the brother George.
Yeah.
He connected us.
George, correct.
Yeah.
George Risco.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cheeseburger George.
Cheeseburger. Yeah. Shout out to him,
Cheeseburger
man.
George.
Shout out to
Oh,
George.
for sure. Look, he called me not long ago, probably a month or 2 ago, and he goes, "I got something for you, bro. If you're interested, blah blah blah." Do you reckon you grab us that third one, bro? Yeah. Thank you, sir.
You're the man, Paulie.
And yeah, so he's still in touch. He's a gentleman.
Yeah.
No problems with him.
Uh-huh.
But the business started. It was every week.
Yeah.
well, actually, it was technically every night, but it was on a weekly cycle. Every night would be at mine smoking. I've got a garage set up with the lounge and the TV and the
Nice.
rug, and we've got a very nice kickback area.
I'm sure.
And,
Wouldn't expect anything less.
So, thank you, sir.
Yeah.
This is a bit of a risk. I got it. I do got it.
On today's episode.
All right.
Good on you, Paulie. Thank you, brother.
My pleasure.
Yeah, he gets excited.
Okay.
There you go.
There you go. And then I'll get that third one. Yeah, should be fine. We've got flat brick.
Nah, we're good, man.
I'll put this here.
I wanted a bigger table, to be honest, but Paulie told me to get this one.
Yeah, it does the job, my friend. Anyway.
You're not supposed to
Nah,
say
Michael, whoa, bro. We were on a budget, and that was in the budget, okay?
that. Yeah. We saved...
As an accountant, you would appreciate
we
that.
saved $22 by getting the smaller table, and we spent about fucking, I don't know, two grand on shit that every time we went out to get stuff for the studio, Paulie would be like, yeah, give me that one. Oh, what about this? What about that?
At the end of the day, look, you've got a touch wood. You've got a beautiful setup right now.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it,
and,
bro. It's a labor of love, and man, we're proud. I love this spot, man. We come in here, we feel good. Everyone feels good. It gets the job done, you know. And just blessed to have the space too, mi hermano, because you know it's something that you need the space for. You know, it's not for every standard sort of home or apartment. As I was living for a long time in an apartment.
That's definitely a blessing, man.
Yeah, we painted it, carpeted it, everything. Shout out to the brother Abe. Shout out to Sonny Cabrera who helped us get the wallpaper happening. Yeah, the wallpaper, and then everything else, which took us a good couple of months to you know, every day something small.
Anybody else you want to thank, like the painters?
Oh man, long list.
I'm assuming he helped with the paint. Is that what?
Not at all.
No,
not at all.
He just wants to thank.
No. He's been genuinely good bloke. Shout out to Paco, my man Francisco Godinez, and shout out to John JVL Lungi, man. They helped us out, and Harvey as well, and a whole bunch of people helped us put the studio together, man.
For sure, man.
Here we are.
It's a fun thing, man. It's a social element, bringing everyone
Definitely,
together.
brother.
Sure.
Yeah, I love it, and even finding out super interesting things from the beautiful people that I have on the show, like
India.
Hooker coming from India.
That's right. That's right. So
hopefully I'll win Jeopardy one day. Origin of the business, man. Tell us, please.
Yeah. So you smoke, I talk.
Gracias.
That's how it works.
I can do that, man.
It's
a good deal.
All right. So yeah, as I was saying, it started in the garage, right? Well, actually, at the stage, if I'm not mistaken, 5 years ago, we didn't have the garage. We had the backyard pergola set up. That's where we were sitting at.
Okay.
And we used to sit around this table, and my first flavor. So my first ever puff was actually 8 years old, and the smack I copped for that one.
Really?
Yeah, my dad left it unattended, went inside. My mom was coming out to see if he was there, but my dad was in the bathroom, and she saw me take a puff, and boom. But lesson learned, clearly.
Yeah.
Shisha's bad, apparently.
Yeah.
But yeah, and so we were sitting around the table, and there was every week someone had the responsibility of getting flavor. Otherwise, it's not viable for me to keep getting the flavor. It's not viable for one of the boys to keep getting the flavor. So it was just a consistent rotation. And 1 week it fell on one of the boys, clumsy, didn't bring it. We had nothing to smoke. And he goes, I'll pay whatever to get it delivered. I'll pay whatever to get it delivered. I go, huh? That's a good idea. You'll pay whatever to get it delivered.
Light bulb went off.
Yeah, but see, for somebody like me, I wasn't very educated overseas. That was something that was already happening. They're on motorbikes bringing you coals. You're ready to smoke as soon as you pick up the phone. You know what I mean? But here, it was still very new. And so once I looked into it, I started thinking about it, and it was there. But then I said I put it on the back burner. At the time, I think I was only 17, 18. You know, it was on the back burner. It sat there.
Yeah.
And you know Wally?
Yeah, of course. Right. Wally. Shout out to Wally.
Shout out to Walls.
Yeah.
He was doing a car meet that I was there at. So just had bought the Beamer and took that Beamer out and parked it up. And as I'm driving through this car park where this car meet's at, everyone's got a Shisha.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, no way. Everyone's bought the exact same model Shisha, has the exact same coals, exact same hose brand. No way. This has to be somewhere that's commercial. Someone's bought this. You know what I mean? It's a business here.
Opportunity.
And I see Wally carrying 2 Shishas. And I go, hey, you're that guy from Blue Mist. And he goes, no. There's a lot of people from Blue Mist. I don't think you know who I am. And he's just playing it off. And he did well. And I went up to him and I ordered the Shisha and started from there. And then he sat there. And as I was smoking it, I go, if this guy can do it, why can't I?
That's right.
And so I did it. I started. I sold my car. So I had the other car. So I just bought the new one, and I sold the other one. I had a WRX. Sold the WRX, and I said, "This money is business funds," and we started.
Boom.
Yeah. First week return on investment. It was insane. I didn't even know it. And
Like home delivery type stuff?
home
or?
deliveries, yeah. So that's what we did. So
Still doing that?
No, home deliveries
No.
I've stopped from. So that's when I pick up the phone and I send the work out to the boys. And the boys
Beautiful.
are very thankful for it.
Awesome.
And,
Good to hear, man.
we got to keep everyone well fed.
Yeah, man. Definitely.
But yeah, started on home deliveries. And I did this website. And it was literally one page, 4 boxes. You click on it.
Yeah.
What we do, number, how
Menu.
to order, and menu.
Beautiful.
And it was just 4 options. And from this website, it was tripping me out. My phone rang. And I answer it. My phone doesn't ring unless it's one of the boys. So
Sure.
I've got everyone's number saved.
Yeah.
And the phone rings.
Bang.
Hey, can we get Shisha? I'm like, huh? Oh, where'd you get the number from? Oh, we just Googled it. And at the time, I didn't know about SEOs. I didn't know about
So
anything
what,
like that.
how many years ago is that now?
5 years.
5 years ago.
5 years.
Okay.
And I was like, what? No.
Yeah.
So first day, I was running around like a headless chicken. No organization, no systems in place, no nothing. So it was just, all right, make this one, send it out, come back, send the next one, make this one, send it out. And we had no radius. It was whoever called in Sydney got a Shisha.
Campbelltown.
Forget about Campbelltown. Campbelltown for me is not too bad. It's a
Sure.
25-minute drive.
Sure.
It's when people from Coogee call up. It's when people
Oh.
from Bondi call up.
That's
It's when
right.
people from Meritons, we're in the city, brother, please bring up. How can I do that? And there was no system. And then, but in that first week, we made enough to return the investment. And I was stoked. I didn't
Sure.
believe it. And so that's how we started. And then we got shout out to Awafi Reevesby, Awafi Charcoal Chicken, if you've ever been.
Amazing.
Wonderful food.
Yeah.
But the owner there, she, we sat down and we had a chat, and she's like, "You're more than welcome to bring your shisha business here." And I don't want anything for it. And she was so selfless in the fact that she gave me a beginning in a hut, like in a busy location, and she gave me an opportunity to get the brand out there. And it was good. We worked hand in hand. I brought my market, her market was there, you know what I mean? And we built it, and this place was thriving. People were telling me, "Have you ever been to Awafi Reevesby to smoke?" And I go, yeah, no, I've never been. Tell me about it, you know what I mean?
course.
So it was like
Get the
that.
scoop, yeah.
Yeah, it was killing.
Yeah.
I was stoked with how it worked out.
Yeah.
And then someone from the club, one of the promoters of the Arabian Night,
Sure.
was there. And he goes, "I want shisha for my club."
Boom.
I go, "Look,
Another
I've
door.
heard of it done." And who was it that did it? Guess.
George.
No, the one man that did shisha at a club before I would do it.
Fuck, I don't know.
Who started? Who made me want to go and start?
Wally.
So Wally was doing the
Yeah.
Collector Hotel in Parramatta,
Sure.
and I was like, "Yeah, we'll do a club.
Yeah.
I'm down for that."
Sure.
We did it all, and on that night, it was the first night I've ever seen more than $500 in a night.
Wow.
Right?
Sure.
At 19 years old.
Yeah.
Are you
Of course.
joking?
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
And then it was literally a snowball. So then Awafi was still running, doing the club. And not too long after that, my dad bought his shop, and I set up in the car park. I set up a spot.
Damn.
It was a very low key spot. If you could probably find it on Instagram if you jumps
Sure.
on the ground floor lounge. That's what I think it's called.
Uh-huh.
If you wants to look that up, but it was literally a car park.
Yeah.
And to cover all the storage, I
Yeah.
used blinds. You know, window blinds.
Yeah.
Just literally made wooden frames, hung
Yeah.
them from the ceiling, and just dropped these blinds and just hit everything.
Awesome.
All second-hand equipment. We got second-hand booths from a restaurant. We got second-hand tables, and that's what we did, and that was something cool as well.
Yeah.
I enjoyed in that.
Yeah.
And then,
Because that was down Cogra? No, what was the
Yeah,
restaurant at?
Cogra,
in
Carlton
yeah.
area.
Carlton, yeah.
but during all of this, there was a proposal sent to the watersheds at I Love Saturdays, and it just sat there, and I never heard back, nothing.
Yeah.
And then I get a phone call from George, and he goes,
Yeah.
"I got shisha for you at Watershed." I go, "Nah, man, I put in a proposal." They didn't even reply. They didn't even give it they didn't even blink at it.
Really? On the fan page?
No, I sent it to your emails. I sent it to DK, if I'm
okay.
not mistaken. And
Oh,
DK knew about it. DK goes, "This guy came up to me 2 years ago. How crazy. What a small world, blah, blah, blah."
Okay.
It is. I think we've got a word in Arabic. It's called nasib.
Yeah.
If it's meant to be, it'll be. If it's for you,
Actually,
it will be yours.
I know that story from our side. So we did,
I'm going to steal this off you while you tell me.
please, man,
No,
steal
ground
away
floor
of mine.
lounge.
Ground floor lounge. The management at the time did not want it. For a long time, I was asking for it. I came back from Spain in 2016, really pushing for it. And the management at the time did not want it. And we kept at it. Every now and then we would bring it back up. And it wasn't something that they wanted, because at that stage, and even today, a lot of people associated with Arabs and Middle Eastern culture and
Heads that'll bring dramas to your club.
well, no, not only that, just, the whole thing about it's not inclusive. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's more, it's going to be more divisive or whatever. And as well, maybe some of the Middle Eastern aspects, which a few venues are concerned about. No, that's probably... No, that's not probably. That is what happened. And then the timing was just right when we got the green light. We probably, and I'm not involved in every action and every decision, but we probably spoke to George to begin with, and that's probably how then it happened. Did you ever get hit up for like weed and stuff? Yeah, I remember you told me, I think,
Plenty
once.
of times.
Yeah.
It's happened plenty of times.
Yeah.
But never has anyone actually given it to me.
Okay.
Right? And so one time some guy gives me this little bit of bud.
Yeah.
To be honest,
At a
first
venue,
time,
you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's the first time I've ever seen bud. Right? So I'm a very sheltered child. You know what I mean? Came from a household where no drugs, no alcohol, no this, no that. You know what I mean? My dad never smoked cigarettes. My dad didn't ever put drinks out on the table. Nothing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now I've walked into this nightclub scene and it's just a whole world of what the fuck, right?
My question was, with the home delivery, did you ever get hit up for, can you also...
Oh, yeah. If I had my old phone, I'd be able to, like the old business
Sure.
one. So now I've merged it onto one phone so I don't look like I'm a dealer with two phones.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have a message and he goes, can you also deliver? And he sends an emoji of a snowflake.
Oh,
I go, what?
Okay.
Oblivious.
Yeah.
I go, hey, bro, what's this mean? He goes, bro, the bloke's asking you for rack.
Yeah,
What's
yeah,
that? And he goes,
Nah, yeah, I would imagine, because some people do put bud in there,
oh,
Yeah.
Look,
But,
what you do with it, my eyes are
of
shut.
course.
Do what you got to do.
Oh, man,
I'm
come
not
on.
gonna
We're
ask
all
any
adults, man.
questions.
If they want to do it,
You know
by
what
all
I mean?
means. Yeah.
Even if I deliver it to you and you go ahead and do it, it is what it is. You know what I mean?
It's
I'm
your
not gonna
thing.
ask questions. Yeah,
No,
that's
no
right.
doubt about
you
it.
do you.
Yeah.
We're on this world to do our own thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it has happened. People have asked. Someone actually, Attila, my friend Attila.
Yes, of course.
My friend
He was
Attila
a security guard for a while.
Oh mate, he's my man. That guy.
Shout out to Attila, man.
Yeah, I love you, Attila.
Yeah, I love the
you.
brother, man. He's a good man.
So Attila was with me almost on a weekly basis at the club in the Cross, and Attila was my guy. I go, bro, just whoever comes through the section, make sure you seat them correctly. All right, and some guy goes, I'll pay you extra money and let me sit here on my own.
Yeah.
I didn't know this at the time.
Yeah.
So Attila's now got extra money. Attila's always gives me everything, you know what I mean? He doesn't care. He doesn't pocket it. So whatever he did for me, you know what I mean? And he sat this bloke down. And then the bloke goes, I'll pay you extra, sprinkle rack in it for me. So that was another story. But to keep going on that story, 2 minutes later, me not knowing that he's paid to have the whole section to himself, I literally went and put a shisha right next to him. So no, he didn't get his rack. No, he didn't get his own area. And he ended up paying extra for it anyway.
He was probably chewing his own face. He was probably off his rock, man, for sure.
He didn't even know what he was doing. He had his shirt unbuttoned to here. He had two girls with him.
He was a mess.
Top of the world,
you get a few of those in the mix, man. Yeah, they want to throw money around too. Yeah, that's
actually the best thing happened New Year's Eve at a club. Yeah. I'm not going to say the club because maybe this gentleman doesn't want to be associated. I'm not even going to drop a name.
Sure.
But he sees me walking by and he goes, "You're here?" I go, "Yeah, I'm here." This guy's a
baller.
Yeah, and not only baller, as he's got a lot of family in prison, blah blah blah. So he's in that scene. And he goes, "Bro, bring me a shisha." I go, "No worries." I was gonna give it to him for free. Having someone like that as on the good side is always
go around, come
thing.
around. Yeah.
Gave it to him, no intention for anything. He comes up to me and he goes, "Yeah, bro," shakes my hand. Oh, bro, the bloke just paid me $300 for a shisha.
Yeah.
I went back and I brought him 6 more.
Yeah.
I thought that's what he wanted.
Yeah.
I brought him back and he goes, no, what are you doing, bro? No, I don't want this.
Yeah.
I walk away with all those 6 shishas now. He's still got his own shisha. Half an hour, 40 minutes into the night, he goes, "Bro, change this one for me. I'm not liking it." Go change it for him. Again, don't expect anything for it. He goes, "Come, cuz, you're a sick cunt."
Boom. Yeah.
Again, another $300. I go, "Bro, this guy's just making it rain." So you get those as well.
Yeah.
That was one time and I've never seen it happen again.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, look, the business has also, I've met a lot of people through the business as well.
Of course.
A lot of people. You're one of them, 100%. You're one of them.
Yeah, man, definitely. Thank life.
Of course,
Pretty
life
cool.
happens. Life happens, right?
Yeah, man. It
Yeah.
flows the way it's supposed to.
That's
when
right.
it's supposed to.
How's that? Is that too harsh? Should I knock one off?
Not harsh. It's definitely cranking though.
The menthol's kicking, yeah? There's
Yeah.
a menthol in it.
Yeah,
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 it
yeah.
gives
I
you
can
an
taste it a
itch.
bit more now, man. Very
Yeah.
nice.
All right, I'll just do this just so we're not...
Overburning it.
yeah, that's right.
If
Let
you
the
can
heat...
see the studio, for those watching on YouTube, the studio filled with smoke. But it's probably a good time to do a little something we call show and tell, where we show some images and
Okay, let's do that.
invite our guests to speak on whatever it is that they see on the screen.
I'll puff and speak. Is that fine with you?
My brother, it's your show. You do as you wish.
Beautiful. All right, show me these photos and let's talk about them.
Well, the first thing I
So
think
this
we're looking
one?
at, yeah, so this is for those not watching on YouTube but listening on Spotify and Apple Podcast, we've got what looks like very much like a flyer for the Shisha Expo 2020 brought to you by Shisha Australia. That's the one we mentioned before.
Correct. Shout out to Jano for Shisha Australia. Is Jano. Jano is running a
Jano.
very, very...
Shout out to Janu, man. I'd love to come
Successful
down, man.
business
Sunday
himself.
22nd, I'm going to come check it out. You guys you've been involved in a couple of these Parramatta Correctional Centre ones.
Yeah, so we've done 2 prior events
Yeah,
in the facility.
sure. This will be the third one.
Shisha Fest. It's called Shisha Fest.
Ah,
So
okay,
Shisha
sure.
Fest was basically a festival for everyone to come in
Sure.
and just smoke and enjoy the day.
Beautiful.
But this is a different approach. So Shisha Expo 2020 is about
Beautiful.
vendors and retailers getting the opportunity
idea,
to,
man.
to
Great
expose
idea.
themselves to that market.
I love new ideas like that, man, and I'm sure it's going to go very well. From 12 to 8 p.m, Sunday, 22nd of November. The show's going to be out before then, no, Paulie?
Yes.
It will be, so everyone at home will be able to see this and obviously hopefully make their way down
Yeah.
there, man. And,
So whoever's
and
not
check
on
it out.
YouTube, trybooking.com/BM.
CUH. I'm sure if they Google Shisha Expo 2020,
Oh, yeah,
it'll
it'll
come
come
up.
up,
Might
it'll
be
come up
easier
very
to
easily.
find it that way.
Yeah, if you Google Shisha Expo.
Beautiful, man.
Yeah.
We're going to come down and represent and get amongst it.
100%,
Yeah, man.
100%.
I'll
If
be
you're
seeing
there,
you
I'd
down
love to
there,
see
my
you
brother.
there. Yeah, tell
Shukran,
me.
Habibi. Shukran Kitir. He's the man.
This
Now-
this is a very long time ago. Do you know how I know? You see those containers down there?
Yeah.
Those screw-on lids?
Well,
That's
I think
early days.
I think I took this photo, brother, on my phone, and I think this was probably the first time you set up at the club.
Yeah.
Because obviously you would have begun on a Friday because that's the weekly cycle. Friday, Saturday.
right.
This
We
is
only had
Miami
5 set up.
Fridays at the watershed, and obviously it's our job to make noise and social media and everything else. And I'm pretty sure I took this photo, whether I did or I didn't, doesn't matter. But there's Michael standing behind all of his shishas at the venue set up, past the shisha. The Don, as you can see, very much the Don. He's got the title.
Yeah.
And there we are. So back in the day, if you would have walked into the watershed, I'm told nowadays not so much, but you would have seen the boys set up
No.
right next to the door. And on
Yeah,
the way
correct.
in, grab a shisha and sit at your table and chill and look at the beautiful view of Darling Harbour whilst puffing on some shisha and having a drink and listening to some good music, man. And hopefully look at some good-looking girls or good-looking guys.
Yeah, and it's... I'll put it out there as an argument that it's better than some of the other places you could smoke in the Darling Harbour. There's only one other place, but we're not going to mention it.
Casbah.
What? I said that.
That's a cool place. Oh.
Yeah, this photo was UTS law ball. So I didn't even go to UTS. I was dating a girl at the time that was
Ah,
going
you
to
sneaky
UTS.
devil.
And small world, I'll tell you what. When we got to a table,
Yeah.
half of the people at her university started saying hello to me. And she
Okay.
was like, how do you know all these people?
Yeah.
I go, don't ask questions, yeah? Don't ask questions you don't want answers to. But no, I sat there. One of the boys he had a property maintenance business, him and his father.
Sure.
And he's getting slowly into development. And I was sitting across from him. And we
Yeah.
were drinking all night. And there was a primary school mate and a high school mate. And it was
Sure.
just a small world, you know what I mean? I ran into a lot of people.
Sydney's not a very big place, hermano, especially
I've learned that.
when you move within your own circles and stuff. But looking sharp there, that's a very bright white smile you got there, brother. Was there
Yeah,
any teeth whitening going on
No,
there?
she photoshopped that for me.
She
did.
Well spotted, Rafa.
Yeah, no, she did. She
Looking
did
sharp.
Photoshop that.
Look very innocent there, my friend. Yeah.
That was
It's,
before the
it's-
full beard growing capabilities.
yeah,
If you
yeah.
can see that they didn't fully
Oh,
link up.
really?
Look, it didn't fully
Okay,
link
so
up.
that's before puberty.
Yeah, that's
Speaking of before puberty,
That
man,
one.
here we go. What's going on here, bro?
That's high school, man. That's high school.
Is this like your first attempt at a
A
selfie?
selfie? Yeah, I'd say it was, to be honest.
You look
What phone is
scared.
that? Oh, I think that's like the iPhone 5. That was the first time I actually got an iPhone.
Uh-huh.
I
So he was probably
I
working
was using
through
LG flick phones, man. You know?
Oh,
you know
really?
those? Yeah, that's what I was using.
So
back in the day.
so he's probably trying to work his way around the features on the phone. You know, yeah.
Yeah,
This how you
did you
take
see
a
that
selfie
towel?
in there.
Did you
Yeah.
see that towel? That's a SeaWorld resort towel.
Uh
I remember taking that
There
one
you go.
myself.
huh. A little souvenir.
Yeah, of course.
Good on you, brother.
What else do we got? Let's see these. Ah, yes. This.
Oh,
So the gentleman in the green shirt, that's my brother. Twin
Sure.
brother.
yeah.
Twin brother.
I've met him.
And that's the younger one there. That's Matthew and Mark. So Matthew's the younger, Mark's the twin. That was Matthew's confirmation. So that's his school car park. And the school had a chapel on... it's actually... They had a church on the...
So confirmation, Catholic, right? Catholic.
Correct,
Catholic family.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
I mean...
Not strict.
look, religious.
Yeah.
Religious, but strict, I wouldn't say so. You know
Sure,
what I mean?
sure. I get you.
But
Fair
yeah.
enough. But definitely like Catholic schools and...
Yeah, I went to a Catholic school all my life, to be honest.
Okay,
So
cool.
even
Awesome.
the primary school that I went and learned at,
Yeah.
Arabic read, write, whatever,
Sure.
that was a Melkite school, actually. Melkite.
Wow. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Then we get into all the different versions and things
Correct.
that
You've got all different denominations and all that
come
stuff.
from the old country mainly, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, actually, the funny thing about Melkites is if you trace their origins all the way back, they were Jews. Proper
Yes.
Jews. We're not talking about Christians that Christianity is now all based on Judaism, but these were all Jews that made their own sect based off that stuff. So
Sure.
that's their origins. But yeah, they were all Jews.
Interesting.
Melkites, yeah.
Sure. Well, the further back you go, the further we are almost all one, when you
Yeah,
think about it, yeah.
we're all something.
Yeah.
But yeah, Gold Coast, that one.
Uh-huh.
Gold Coast. That's when they were doing the Commonwealth Games. They had all these different
Ah,
koalas
okay.
scattered around.
Yeah, sure. Very young man there, Michael, as well.
Yeah, that's no, that was just daily shaving. That's what it was. I think I think
fair
that
enough.
was past the Shisha days.
Oh, really? At the beginning?
Day, like early days.
Sure.
Yeah.
I forget how young you are, man, sometimes, because you got a very sort of...
Mature look and
mature
demeanor.
look and demeanor. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I
man.
had to grow up very early, man. I will
Uh-huh.
go into that after, but yeah.
Yeah, good.
Yeah,
That's
Gold
the way it
Coast.
is.
Shisha Fest. This was in Waterloo, the commune.
Okay.
You chose that photo. You couldn't find the photo where we packed out the whole venue with 500 people.
It wasn't on your thing.
It's on my Instagram. I think it's on the Shisha, past the Shisha Instagram.
Oh.
But this is the overflow. This is the people we couldn't sit inside, and there was still more that wrapped around the other corner. So
Uh-huh.
where I've taken the angle, there's more all the way that way.
Uh-huh.
But we sold 500 tickets in 10 days.
Wow.
That's a
What
that's
year
a
was
big
that?
accomplishment. I cannot remember.
A couple years ago, no?
3 years, I'd say. 3 years
Okay,
ago.
cool. So 17
Wally
or
masterminded it.
18.
Walid masterminded it.
Uh-huh.
There was 5 different vendors. We had
Pasta Shisha?
yeah, Pasta Shisha. Oh,
Yeah.
it's Shisha. Chief Shisha. Shisha for hire. And the fifth one slips my mind.
Sure.
I'm apologizing to that. You're not anything less significant. I know you're still
Shout out
around.
to all the
I know you're
boys.
still there.
Yeah,
Please
yeah,
don't
yeah.
get offended. But
No,
it slips my mind. It's the same way that
Awesome.
the
Respect.
other gentleman's name slipped my mind as well.
Beautiful.
But yeah,
Another one.
what else do we got? Yes. I
on a
wasn't
boat.
there for this one. That's on a boat.
Yeah.
I'm on a boat.
Yeah. More than four.
I wasn't there for that, actually. Wally was there.
Uh-huh.
Wally was there. Wally ran that one.
Well, yeah, the
That was a
boys-
harbour cruise.
The boys get on the water as well, which is great. A few boats happening as we speak now
we've
into
actually-
spring and summer.
Yeah, so this is not our first one. We did one for a Lebanese
Shukran.
entertainment group called Zafat Lebanon.
Okay.
Mr. John Yusuf is the owner of that, and
Yep.
Mr. John Yusuf hosted a boat party that I've never seen. He had 3 levels. This boat holds, I'd say, at least 1,000 people, and he packed it out. And what a party he threw! It rained.
Beautiful.
It rained. DJ
And
equipment
still-
upstairs caught fire. It
Whoa,
was insane. It was
wow.
insane. But that
Awesome.
was a very epic party. But this
Shisha
one,
on the water in Sydney. Who would have thought?
yeah, but I've never been. I didn't go to this one, so I can't tell you.
The wogs are taking over.
We're destroying it.
Well, back to the watershed, baby.
Yes. Look, Watershed.
We
Watershed
pulled out the signage there.
Mm.
Miami Fridays. Shisha available.
You see, those tubs have now upgraded. Instead of those screw-on lids, we got the Sistema Titans.
See, the man sees the detail. We
Yeah,
don't
we've
see those
upgraded.
things. Shout out to Albert, art photography, man. He's one of our gun photographers. He's been doing a lot of work with me on the finca as well, and the music side and everything. Shout out to him, man. One of the brothers.
Actually, I got Albert to do a photo shoot for me. Actually,
I
recently.
think so. I think
furniture.
I think he told me or you told me or something. But recently, when I caught up with me with him when he came back from overseas, he was telling
we
me
did the
about it. So
furniture.
shout out to Albert, man.
Yeah, big ups, big ups.
What else we got there?
I think is that everything? You
Paulie
still
B?
got Oh,
more photos
this
of the.
is you. This is Candy nightclub.
Yeah, this is over when we were in Shelbourne Hotel.
That's right.
One of our beautiful friends that was kind enough to jump on a photo for us. We have many beautiful Latin American women that grace us with their presence every weekend at Candy. We're on every Saturday now at the beautiful, newly renovated Level 2 in Shark Hotel. Very happy about that. Very happy to be working with Maloney Group. And there's the twins.
The twins.
Yeah, Melissa and Carolina, that's also at the Watershed, puffing on some shisha, looking good, feeling good, having a good time. Shout out to them. I love Saturday. Shout out to DK as well, my man. What else we got there, Paulie? The beautiful Jordan, our beautiful Aboriginal Australian sister, Indigenous Australian sister. She graced us one of the, many evenings that she came down. There she is, showing off the shisha, making us look good.
For sure.
And again, more female beauty for those, unfortunately, right now listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. They can't enjoy all this feminine beauty, but there's the beautiful Mariana, another one of our lovely Latin American girls that come through the club, and again, gracious enough to take some photos in front of the shisha. So you guys got a little bit of a taste of...
Paulie, can I bother you for another photo?
You can do whatever you want, brother,
I want to
please.
show them the Shisha Fest we did. Can you jump on our Instagram past the Shisha?
Not on the laptop.
No, you can't.
I'll try again.
No, look, don't bother yourself, honestly.
No.
But on that...
No, of course you can, man.
No, on
Michael,
that...
whoa!
No,
Don't
listen.
give up before we try, Michael.
No. Look,
No, just jump on, Safari and go Instagram.com/past the Shisha.
No, it wants me to sign in, but I don't have my logins.
listen.
Listening.
He does it for added, suspense. You get what I'm saying? And if not, we can do the old... find it on the phone, take a screenshot of it, send it to Paulie, and put it up on the screen.
Yeah.
Nowadays, everything is possible, brother. It just takes a few tweaks to make it happen.
I'm gonna suck.
What we'll do, we'll go here whilst we wait.
Sorry, Michael, what are you going to do?
I'm gonna suck.
Ah, come on, man.
The hose.
Pass the shisha, AU.
It's actually a pretty long one. It's actually black too.
Ooh, we're getting very cheeky now.
Yeah, we are.
I've got it. Look.
There you go.
Yeah, go on.
All right, we'll find it there quicker than we will on my bloody phone, man. So you
I'm
can see
pretty sure it's there. It's
a million photos of people smoking shisha on the past the shisha.
keep going. Oh, there it is. It
Ah,
happened, but it's there. Look at that photo, man.
yeah, that's
That's
awesome.
500 people just crammed into one space smoking shisha.
It is too, man.
When the idea came out,
Yeah.
everyone laughed. They go, "Nah, good luck to you. See you
Yeah.
later." And then when the next one was announced, we want to be involved. You know what I mean?
Well, someone always has to go first, brother. I've been fortunate enough in my life to go first. Even when we started rapping in Spanish, late 90s, early 2000s, we had a few detractors and kind of people putting us down. Yeah, and then even as when I brought Full Moon Party over to Australia, even though there'd been little things done here and there, because Full Moon Party is a very generic thing, I was the first one to sort of put my stamp on it and do it like properly and really theme it up and go all out. And even my own people within my circle, they were like, and literally, 2,000 people fucking show up on the door, and everyone's like, oh, and then obviously, as you said, everyone jumps on it, yeah, which is the way it is. I don't think anyone should get offended by it. It's just the way it is. It's a world of ideas, Michael, usually I like to ask people about upcoming things, and you mentioned the Warwick Farm thing that might be coming up, something to look out for.
Yeah, for sure.
You don't want to spill any more beans at this stage.
Look, I'm happy to. You know what it is? I don't like to count my eggs before they're in the basket.
Yeah,
right.
Don't preempt anything. Yeah.
It's going ahead.
Sure.
It
beautiful.
is 100%.
All right. So I'll tell you what. Give us a timeline, rough timeline.
Look, we're looking at within the month. We want to get there before December. We want to get done before December.
Oh wow.
So it's not me.
Sure.
As my business model is, we're only providing the shisha.
Sure.
But with this venue, we're bringing a game changer.
Beautiful.
So because of the nature of this venue, the venue is going to be a restaurant. Look, I'm happy to tell it, and shout
You
out
can
to
say
Mola.
whatever you want, man.
Yeah, look, shout out to Mola. Mola
Yeah.
is he owns a few businesses, Goodfellas Barber. He's got a beautiful cafe in Bonnyrigg or Bosley Park, somewhere in those areas.
Sure.
Very entrepreneurial. Their whole family is.
Beautiful.
His brother Manhal as well. Manhal, thank you for the cut. I look fresh
Is that
because
what
of
you
Manhal.
get cut? Oh, my
Yeah.
man.
Anyway,
You do look very
so
fresh, man.
those boys brought me in and they say, look, we're not hungry people. We want everyone to eat at our
Yeah,
table.
yeah. You stick to
We
what
want
you're good
shisha.
at. Mm.
We want shisha. And so what we're going to do is we're going to implement all of these pipes.
Beautiful.
Alpha X, Alpha Model X. We're going to
Beautiful.
bring up market to the market, introduce people, teach them all about it. That's the intention there.
Beautiful.
So Mola has explained his vision for the place, and I apologize if I don't pass it on the way that you want it to be told. But Mola wants a venue, a restaurant, a bar, a kickback area, somewhere where you can go with your family. He doesn't
Yeah.
want... So yeah, there's going to be people, but it's somewhere where you can take your missus out and not feel like every person's staring at her. It's somewhere where you can take your mum out for lunch. It's somewhere where you can bring your family out for dinner.
Sure.
So he wants a family-friendly feel, but he still wants to implement the alcohol element. He still wants to implement the shisha and all that stuff.
More late night options, maybe.
Yeah, and he wants to have this live activation going. So, for example, someone making sweets while you're sitting out on the courtyard,
Very nice.
right? So he wants to do this thing that the scene hasn't seen, and
Beautiful.
I wish him the best, and I'll be there. I'm going to support him. I'm 100%.
Beautiful.
Shisha's there, you know
Well,
what I mean?
let me know when it's on, man, because we'll be more than happy to support.
Yeah. I'm actually considering even doing a live podcast from there.
Oh,
one
wow.
night too. So
Good
it'll be
idea,
epic.
man. Yeah.
it'll be epic
No.
there.
Oh, full power to you, man. I hope it comes true as you wish.
Yeah, look.
And I'm sure it will. And if it's meant to be for you guys, it's meant to be, man. God
That's
willing.
it. God
Inshallah.
willing. Inshallah,
Yeah,
that's it.
yeah, man. Sounds good, my brother. So aside from that, if people want to find you, Pastor Shisha AU on
Pastor
Instagram.
Shisha, you. So not a
Pastor
just you.
Shisha you. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
Pastor Shisha you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
correct.
right. That's
For
us on
some
Instagram.
reason, I read AU as in
Yeah,
Australia.
and that's why
Yeah.
that's why I did it, to be honest.
Ah, okay, cool.
At the time we started, there was another company called Pastor Shisha in
Yeah,
the UK.
sure. Yeah, and that's it. They
And
take
it's a
the
clash,
handle
you know?
and
They
yeah,
took
fair
the
enough.
handle.
Awesome.
Right.
Is there a website or anything? Or?
Yeah, Pastor Shisha. So we're just pull it up actually, pastorshisha.com.au.
Beautiful.
You'll find that it's password protected at the moment. So
Okay.
I used to use pastorshisha.com as a retail site.
Okay.
And we used to import products and
Sure.
retail it. And now
Yeah.
the market's become saturated. Jano has taken over the market. Shouts
Copy
to
that
you.
one.
Yeah, that's the one, man. That's the one. So pastorshisha.com. And I'm 18 plus, please. For
Correct.
anyone that's
Yep,
not
it's
18, turn
tobacco
away.
products, right? Yeah.
Correct. And yeah, so that's what we do.
There's the Pastor Shisha website, bits and pieces you can check out. So if you guys want to look them up, everybody can. And if you want a good reference, they can give me a call.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
I think you should do a voiceover of what it says.
Tired of spending too much? We're bringing it to you cheaper. Launching Monday, 23rd November 2020. And then it's just got a
Australia's
mailing
latest
list.
shisha retailer for luxury and top tier products. Man, I remember along the way speaking to you a few times, kind of encouraging you to do more, man, because I think you got a huge foothold in the industry. You've earned it. You're very passionate, professional, very knowledgeable when it comes to shisha, and needless to say, very liked and well known within those circles. So it just makes absolute sense for you to do your thing and take charge and reap the rewards of your hard work, man. So in the meantime, you know where we are.
100%.
Hopefully, this will be the first of many
I'm happy
Shisha
to.
podcasts.
Yeah.
And also, my brother, I know you're going to get me on your
I can't
Shisha
wait
show,
for
which we can plug when the time is right and all
The
of that.
clubs that we're serving it up and stuff like that.
Yeah, man. And also, next time, I know we tried to get the brother Wally in. I'd love to get him in.
Yeah, 100%.
We'll try to do that next time. Because the few times that I've crossed paths with him, I can feel the energy and
In the industry,
very nice man.
In the industry, Wally is the spearhead.
Wow,
That's how I'd describe him.
beautiful.
He was the one that was So before I was the first to bring retail, he
Yeah.
was the first. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
He
sure.
brought in a product called Starbuzz Carbine.
Yeah.
It was the first the market's ever seen of anything upmarket
Sure.
besides this.
Sure,
Right.
sure,
This was
sure.
this was the best. You know, you had
Yeah.
a KM, you were made. You know, instead of your cheap Chinese ones from petrol stations, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
This was the stuff. And then Wally brings in this carbine.
Sure.
DK has a carbine, if you know that spaceship.
Yeah,
looking
yeah,
one,
yeah,
right?
yeah. He brought it over once, man.
Yeah,
That
so
was crazy.
It's epic, right?
Yeah.
And then I said again, if he can, I can.
Beautiful.
So then
So you bounce off him.
yeah, 100%.
Beautiful.
We do. We work together. So
Good, man. Good to hear.
Wally's with me at Albion.
Uh-huh.
Wally's with me at Babylon.
Sure.
Me and Wally neck and neck together. You know
Beautiful.
what I mean?
Yeah, man. Side
We
by
stick to
side,
each other.
shoulder to shoulder. All right, man. So we'll definitely come back sometime and bring the brother Wally in, and I'll see you on your podcast, and hopefully I'll see you and about very soon. God willing, all this COVID crap will be over soon, and the world will come back to its senses, and we can go back to living normal
humans.
lives, not new normal lives, not this great reset bullshit that they're trying to feed us from the top 1% down. People of the world, please wake up, rise up.
100%,
We're better than
100%.
this. We don't need this. We don't need vaccines. We don't need lockdowns. We don't need none of this rubbish. We just need to look after ourselves, look after our immune system, as we always do.
Yeah.
And definitely we need to switch fucking mainstream media off, chuck it in the bin and forget about it, man. Never again.
Oh, for sure.
Never again, never again. But Michael, thank you so much for being on the show, man. God bless you, my brother.
It's my
God bless
pleasure.
you, your family, and everything that
Thank
you do,
thank
man.
you, thank you.
You know, God willing, again, your path will be filled with many more successes, and I'll be watching. And again, man, anything you need from us, you let us know. All right, Habibi.
Love you, brother.
Shukran,
Thank you,
Kiti
thank you,
Loco.
thank you.
Muchas gracias. Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Thank you, Paulie.
Polly.
You don't want to say anything?
Rafa can hear this now.
Gracias, hermano. Thank you, man. Thank you for having our back. It is getting a little bit late, and Paulie's got to work. Got to go to work tomorrow
Done.
morning.
I do appreciate you having me here, man.
Oh
Appreciate
man,
it.
thank you so much, Mick.
No,
De
thank you,
corazón,
thank
from
you.
the heart, man. Thank you.
Thank you.
And again, thank you to our sponsors, man. Thank you for having our back. Crash Claim, Meeting New Friends by Accident, Q Corp Construction, Open for Australia, and our social media support via Variant Collective. Muchas gracias. Hope to see you again on the next show, Expansion Podcast. Ciao. Woo!
Oh, man. That was mad.
Mick.
That was mad.
That was a real pleasure, man. Real pleasure.
Thank you.
Man. That flowed
Thank you.
really nicely. Don't go anywhere. We're going to take some photos.
Expansion.